joining me today. I'm gonna be streaming. Hopefully things work out well. It's been a while since I have streamed, and yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna play a variety of decks today, as much as I can handle. Probably aiming to stream around 3 hours, maybe 4, if we get a big audience. I'm gonna start off with Dialga mid-tank for today's live stream. And I'm just making sure that everything is working correctly here. Gonna wait for people to arrive. Hey, good morning. Good morning all the way to Australia. Thanks so much for tuning in. Very, very nice. Thanks so much for tuning in. How are you doing? What time is it in Australia right now? I can't figure out this. Don't know how to see the stats of the live stream. "9:15 Sunday morning." All right, sounds like a pretty good time to watch some Pokemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so I'm just gonna jump into some games. We're gonna be playing with Drew Kennett's top 32 Dialga mid-tank deck, the highest placing Dialga from Orlando Regionals. Hopefully we can get some good games in. We'll see. So did you go to Perth Regionals? Was it Perth? Yeah, it was Perth, right? Last weekend? Did you get to play there? Flip tails. The chat might be a little too big. I'll make it a tiny bit smaller. Alright, so we do mulligan, so we will immediately tell our opponent what we're playing. we actually mulligan twice, which is not ideal. Decent hand, except like we want to set up Dialga. We also might need Mew or Greninja to draw extra cards, and that means not setting up Dialga. Ancient Box, ooh, okay, that's a very nice top deck. Ancient Box is not an easy match for this, but I feel like we should be decently favored. Greninja is available, which is great. The Arven is priced, which is fine. And we have a little bit of Dig. I think the Greninja and Mew are both potentially good. Mew is a liability though against Roaring Moons, so that's why I'm a little skeptical to go for it. So I'm just gonna commit to the Greninja right here. So we're gonna go conceal cards. We're gonna go to Perth. Flights are expensive. Yeah, I know. Traveling within Australia is quite expensive, I've heard, and I've been to Australia and I know it's quite expensive. So not surprised. Unfortunate that you couldn't go. Alright. So off to a pretty good start. We now confirm this is the Dunsparce with Roaring Moon rather than Ancient Box. So that's gonna be important. To note, the Artisan, not very useful anymore for us. Not doing much really. So we'll see what ends up going on. By the way, is the music volume alright? For those of you who are already watching, is the music volume alright? Trying new settings, trying new setup as well. So I just want to make sure everything's good. Does the camera look good? I think I'm a little like off center. There we go. And I have the fan turned on because it's really warm here in Mexico. Alright, so my opponent gets a turn 1 knockout, which is of course not ideal. But if we can return KO here, that would be great. Although hitting for 200 is going to be difficult, getting that Dialga is very welcome. So I could Artisan for another Beldum to thin an extra card, or to get this Amazenta. It's too loud. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How about now? How about now? Is the music better? Hopefully it's better. Alright, the Amazenta is actually a pretty good attacker into this deck, so I will go for it. Then I'm going to conceal the cards. Okay, we get our supporter, which is fantastic. I kind of want to commit to the research. I'm not sure I'm going to need boss's orders too much, and I really want to maximize the chances of knocking out this. If I had guaranteed knockout on the Greninja, I would, boss. I'm going to be okay researching here. Alright, perfect. Double Metang and backup Dialga, the dream. Is the music better now? Can anyone please let me know? Because I'll be using this for the video on the channel, so I just want to make sure. Oh, wow. Now I might actually be able to just do the V-Star, which seems pretty cool, honestly. We're gonna Metal Maker again. Okay, we won't be able to do the V-Star, that's fine. And this does mean we will, or there is a chance my opponent just knocks me out, but that's okay. Yeah, I got the return KO, pretty good. Still a tad loud. Okay, thank you very much for letting me know. Let me make sure that I adjust that. How about now? Yep, I've dropped it down a little bit. The Alaskan Hero, thanks so much for being here and tuning in. Sounds the same. Huh. Alright, it should be way... Is it better now? I'm like playing with the decibels and making sure I try my best to adjust. Hopefully it's better now. Like, it's way lower for me, so hopefully it's also lower for you. Anyways, this matchup, a tiny her higher. All right, thank you very much. Let me adjust that. How about now? How about now? By the way, notifications might or might not be working, so if anyone follows or subs or whatever, just in case I don't see it, definitely let me know in chat, but hopefully they are working. I think I have them activated. I think. I might actually not have them activated. Alerts. Oh, actually, I do not have them activated. Perfect music. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to save these settings. All right. So we got hit into the Dialga, which is pretty normal and expected. We now have the Arven. I'm gonna conceal cards here. And I'm honestly feeling really good because I'm gonna be able to get back-to-back KOs and there's nothing my opponent can do about it. I also don't think I'm gonna need the maximum belt. I mean, I will keep it anyways. You're bringing this exact deck to locals? Nice. Yeah, if I had gone to a League Cup today, I think I would have played this deck as well. It's one of my favorite decks for sure from the current format, so I'm just gonna commit to this. And I feel like it generally has a chance at beating Charizard. Like, I feel like it has a chance at beating everything, which is very, very appealing. I think it's underrated. It's also very clunky in the beginning, so that's one of its biggest issues in my opinion. But overall, I really like it. I feel like it's being disrespected. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Star Chronos knockout into, I mean, they'll probably bring up the Greninja, I'm guessing. And I could go boss, try to target down the Roaring Moon. I mean, my top deck's telling me to boss. I could also just Iono right here. Wow, 2 energies, that's crazy. All right, I think the maximum belt should go onto this friend. I think, like, I don't see how I can lose from this point, honestly. I really don't. The only way I could lose is if something gets trapped, which I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm going to go after the attacker, because then I make my opponent work harder for whatever KO they try to do, right? And that is the 3rd Roaring Moon in the discard pile. So I think I'm looking pretty good here, honestly. Pretty good. How do I don't know how to access the live stream on YouTube. I really don't. I cannot figure it out for the life of me, because I am already live, but I can't see the live thing. Options. Oh, there we go. View and live control. There you go. I am there. Max build. Yeah, so this is the top 32 list by Andrew Kennett. If you haven't looked at it, I would definitely recommend you do so. It played maximum build, which allows you to get 1 KOs on Charizard EX much easier, which I think is important. And yeah, I think it's way better with Metang. Yeah, more fun just because you win more, therefore it is better. I agree. Max build makes the knocks out on Charizard EX easier, right? Then you need 6 energies plus, that's 6 times 4, that's 40, plus the base 40 to 80, plus the 50, that's 330. So it does make it a lot easier to 1 KO a Charizard, and then you have your V-Star as well. So as long as you have a decent start, I do like how powerful the deck is, honestly. I really do. I really do. KO hands with Kronos as well. So this deck used to play, or usually played 1 Vitality Band. Now it's a max build, right? Both are pretty good, of course. And sure, my opponent knocks me out here. I knock them out, and then they have to commit to the EX. And yeah, going for the boss I think was a fantastic play, because now they get this knockout, so now I get return KO with Iono, which is really good here. And I didn't notice how much damage did they do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're doing 170. Yeah, they do enough into the Zamazenta. So I'm just gonna commit the Dialga again, because what happens now is the only way they one-hit KO this is through Roaring Moon EX, right? And if they commit to the Roaring Moon EX, then they have to, or then my Zamazenta can knock them out, right? So it's a win-win. If they knock me out, I immediately win the game, and if they don't commit to the Zamazenta, to the Roaring Moon EX, then I also win the game. So should be pretty straightforward. 2 Super Routes going to the bottom of the deck. So maybe I should have saved the Artisan for after. I'm gonna go ahead and Iono, bring my opponent down from 9 to 3, which is very important, and then get Research and Mew. So sitting pretty good here. Yeah, 1 energy away. I should be able to find 1 energy. The deck plays 15. There's currently 12 available, or in play rather, so I should have 3 left. Plus I have a bunch. I have 4 Super Rods available as well. As long as I find some of those in the upcoming turn, I should be in a perfect position to win. So I basically knew I already won this game since like turn 2 or 3, which is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. All right. I really like this deck. I generally like it. I think it has that extra turn you gain, the possibility to 1-KO anything. Medang's ability is so good. It doesn't have 90 HP, so you're able to survive Greninja hits. You do need to evolve quite quickly, and with no TM evolution in Drew's list, I feel like he is a little too weak to Greninja plays, especially against Giratina, which is usually not the best matchup, but overall the deck is very powerful. It's just, it wishes it could play like 64 cards, and then it would be top tier by far. Alright, and yeah, thank you so much to everyone who is tuning in right now on both YouTube and Twitch. It's very nice that you can now multi-stream. Very, very nice that you can multi-stream to both platforms at the same time. Alright. And yeah, my opponent just insisting on the Roaring Moon, which won't get a KO. So then I'll soak up the damage. Ooh, okay. Now this is a good move by my opponent. This is actually a pretty good move, because now my attacker has to be the Dialga, right? Unless I went boss and powered up a Metang and knocked out the Dunsparce. However, I'm not sure that's very likely. Note the Dunsparce set up, which is pretty nice. Yep, I was gonna dig for the Iono. I knew there was maybe one at the bottom of the deck. The Zamazenta being gone is also unfortunate, but it's what it is. I'm not gonna bench the Mew because the Mew can be KO'd by that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Iono, bring my opponent down to 2 guards, and hope they can't bring up the Roaring Moon EX. So maybe I was a little preemptive in calling the game, right? Maybe I was a little preemptive right there. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna bring back the Zamazenta, and I'm gonna try to power it up and retreat since I got the double Super Rod. But yeah, I might have called the game a little preemptively. There should be a ton of energies. I just put 5 back. So let's see if we can power up the Zamazenta, take a knockout on the Roaring Moon, and then that means my opponent needs to power up the Roaring Moon EX and find another Ghosting effect in order to win, which is very possible that they can. They don't have too many cards left in their deck. There's 3 Professor Sada, so they do need quite a lot. Okay, I just got 1. So now this retreat is gonna be costly, and I could be in a little bit of trouble if they are able to, well, if they go power up Roaring Moon EX and boss KO, then I definitely lose. But if they knock me out with the Roaring Moon EX, this Super Rod certainly helps. But I will need to hit exactly 3 energies off of the Metangs in order to get a no, I will need 4 energies. That's actually so many energies. Okay, there's the Dunsparce. They're gonna Artisan. Do they have anything left at this point? This retreat seems like it could backfire. The thing is, yeah, it could. It definitely could. I agree. It could give them an extra turn. That's for sure. If they just choose to attack or to not attack, rather. I feel like, okay, so there's 3 energies in the active, 8 energies in my discard pile, so that's 11. So there's 4 energies in my deck, and I'm gonna put 3 more back. So there's gonna be 7 energies, and there's gonna be 20 cards. And then if they don't have a Roaring Moon EX, I just need 2 energies. So I feel like that's gonna be safe enough. They go for the Explorer's Guidance, so now they have to rely on the Prime Catcher in order to pull this off. Or another counter catcher if they have it. They just retreat into the Roaring Moon, however. And hitting 2 energies seems super reasonable, right? I could also top deck a supporter. There's 1 energy. All right, so my opponent doesn't even wait to see if I hit or not. Hitting 1 energy off of 2 Metangs when I put 3 energies back, I felt like was incredibly reasonable. So not bad, yeah, not bad. I didn't know, that is correct. I didn't know I was going to get the Super Rod off of the prices. So yeah, it definitely could have backfired, absolutely. But if I didn't, I also left myself very exposed. But there's an argument to say, well, which one do you prefer, right? If they get the KO, then you need more cards, or do you ask? Like, I feel like forcing them to need balls was very, very important. It definitely worked out. There's definitely an argument, Will, as you mentioned, to consider not retreating and just hoping the Iono did its thing at that point. Definitely something to consider, for sure. All right, so for those of you tuning in, it's been a while since I've streamed. I'm generally looking to find the time to make streams a more regular thing, like at least once a week, you know, like streaming 3 to 4 hours, like once a week. That's what I'm trying to aim for, because usually I try to aim for like maybe too much. And then I end up, like, I try to stream 3 or 4 times a week, and then I never end up doing anything anyways. But yeah, Belt over Prime, Destroy BB. This is the list that did well. Maximum Belt helps getting to 330 damage with only 6 energy, so you can one-hit a Charizard EX easier. That's probably the logic. There's definitely merit to Prime Catcher, of course, but having an easier KO on Charizard is also very considerable, right? So, bruv, you don't use social media. Do I have my 2024 invite already? I do. I actually do already have my 2024 Worlds invite. I will be in Hawaii no matter what, either commentating or playing. Yeah, I don't know which one yet, but either way, I will be in Hawaii. I already have my my flight and my hotel booked, so whether it's playing or commentating, I will 100% be in Hawaii for sure. How about you, bro? How about you? All right, 9 cards in hand, kind of like the Iono. Take away that, find an energy perhaps, lose the Metang. That's the sad part. I did prize another one, which was part of the reason why I was considering not to, but this is reasonable. Samazenta is decent. Decent Pokemon, though not the most useful. And yeah, we'll just metal coating for nothing. All right, not a very threatening board on my, or setup on my side of the field. My opponent also doesn't have much set up. The biggest threat, of course, is the Radiant Charizard for my opponent. That's going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome. Fancy Arven into Rare Candy plus 4 Seal Stone, presumably for Pidgeot, into Charizard, and they will get the first hit in, so that's certainly going to be problematic, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it, honestly. All right. Oh, you haven't played since 2018. Damn. Girk, muchas gracias. Un abrazo hasta Brasil. Yo también amo Brasil. Muchas gracias. Am I going to play with Thomas Later's 18th place Masquerade deck from Perth Regionals by chance? Jose. So, not today. I didn't plan for it today, but I do want to play with it soon. Yeah. Hi Odeto, very happy to be representing LATAM. Yeah. I got rated. Oh, see, no alerts. Thank you so much, Iodeto, for the raid. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my alerts. I'm gonna check. Thank you so much for the raid, Iodeto. Hope you had a nice stream as well, and thank you for the kind words, and thank you for letting me know that I got rated. Convoker 2024, thanks so much for the follow as well. All right, so now we're in a lot of trouble here because we're gonna be taken down by this Charizard quite easily, but setting up the 2-hit KO with Samazenta, not a bad thing. Can't afford to bench the Greninja though. I do need to establish a backup Dialga right here, which I will be able to. There's the maximum belt. Gonna give up on the boss at this point in time and just establish the backup Dialga. Like I said, this Radiant Charizard is the biggest issue for me right now. The maximum belt will potentially be nice to deal with a Charizard eventually. A single energy found off Metal Maker, so I'm gonna hit for 120 plus 220. That is a knockout, so that's pretty good. And yeah, slowly but surely they're gonna be the aggressors. This is obviously the hardest matchup for this deck, and we'll see what ends up happening. They chose to go first, and they were still able to get turn to Pidgeot, turn to Charizard, despite the fact that I owned their hand from 9 to 6. So not bad for my opponent. That will always make life way harder for this deck, 100%. Edson, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you very much. Let me see. I don't know what happened to my alerts, but I'll work on that next next live stream. Yeah, so as I was saying, I definitely want to work on getting back to streaming once a week. Yeah, that's my starting goal, is once a week back to live streaming. So hopefully I can do that. Yeah, this week, check. We'll see when I can find the time next week. Probably Friday is when I'll try to aim for it. Sard always has it. It does feel like that, doesn't it? It does feel like Sard always has it. All right, there's a Charmeleon. No hit Airy. I don't know why you would play Airy there. I mean, if you have nothing else better to do, then sure. But playing Airy when you have a 2-card hand is probably the worst time to play Airy, I want to say. But yeah, my opponent gets the KO. So far so good. Now, they could potentially go after my Dialga next turn, which is maybe what they will do. I don't think I want to play the maximum belt at this point in time. Nice energy top deck. I'm gonna Iono. I'm not super sure about whether to Metang or Iono first. Probably gonna find energies here. Well, I found 3, but at least I found another Metang. No backup Dialga though. I think that's the biggest issue that I have right now. Dang. First Metang whiffs, next Metang. Oof, okay, I got 2 energies. That's actually not bad. So 1 to each, and we will get the KO on this Charizard. We even up the playing field, and then my opponent could and probably should go after the Dialga on the bench. Hopefully they don't realize that that is their best play. They immediately promote the Charmeleon, however. Okay, so if I get pretty good hits from the Metangs, maybe I can do this. I need back-to-back boss as well. And this is where like Prime Catcher would be pretty fantastic. I think Prime Catcher here would be better. Although, I mean, if I manage to get the Dialga V-Star plus 6 energies and I want to KO the Charizard, no, they're gonna go after the Dialga. Yep, that makes the most sense. This also pretty much makes it so that I can't bench another Dialga at this point. I need to bench 2 Dialgas the previous turn. Now, obviously they have a boss left over and the Prime Catcher if they're playing towards deckless, so I cannot win anymore. Unless, actually I can win. I actually can win. There is a way. There is a way I can do this. So I'm gonna Nest Ball. So it's with the Mew. I can potentially win with the Mew right here. It's gonna be rough. It's not gonna be easy. I need this Nest Ball available. I also need energies available, but I can potentially win. I'm gonna go boss on the Rotom. When I get 2 prizes here, yeah. If I was playing Prime Catcher, hey Jonathan, how are you doing? If I was playing Prime Catcher, I would have game in hand as long as the Metangs hit. But clearly I don't have game in hand. So I'm gonna need the Mew, and I'm gonna need to retreat into the Mew. That's why I'm attaching energy to the Greninja. I can't fathom a universe where my opponent doesn't Iono me, right? So it's gonna be pretty difficult. If they Iono Roxanne, then that's it, right? I need to find Mew plus potentially boss if they don't use their Radiant Charizard. They immediately promote the Charizard EX, so that's step number 1. Now I don't need boss, so that's really good. Yeah, that's actually really good. I could potentially win here. I generally could potentially win here with Mew EX. We have an opening. There's the Iono, as expected. Yeah, there's still researches. So I didn't want to put metals back into a deck because exactly this. I needed to draw the Mew. Yeah, I only need 3 energies for the Mew. I haven't used too many metal energy. So if I put more metals into the deck, I'm making it harder to find the Mew. So the priority was the Mew. I found it. My opponent made the mistake of attacking with Charizard EX. Did not play around the Mew. This is a really bad card to draw. We're gonna fail this. We're gonna get the Mew, and now we need 3 energies. We need 3 energies total, right? But that's why I didn't do it, okay? There's 5 energies left in the deck. There's 2 Super Odds. I'm gonna use Mew first before the Metangs, because I could draw researches, I could draw the Super Odds. Oh, just energy, no. Alright, well, I could use Greninja. Dang it. I kind of want to use Greninja. My heart is telling me to use Greninja here. I have all my researches left in there. I also have 4 Super Odds. My heart tells me to use Greninja, so I'm gonna do it. I might regret this though. Oh, I totally regret this. No, no Super Odds, no researches. I'm not gonna find. Oh. All right, taking advantage of my opponent's misplaced. Only even needed 1 Metang. Wow, I feel like I sequenced that right. Definitely under odds to hit that, but I feel like even hitting 1 Super Rod would have massively increased my chances there. Never punished. I feel like I would have to do the exact maths, but I feel like that was reasonable to sequence because I had so many good cards that could also help me thin. Yeah, if I research into super odds, like that pretty much guarantees, right? So I don't know. It was close. That's one way you can beat Charizard, right? And funnily enough, I also found the boss. So even if my opponent had attacked me with Radiant Charizard, I found my out and I was able to go for it. So not bad, you know? Not bad. Let me just click on all these rewards and daily quests, which are pretty worthless, but why not? Not bad. I mean, the important thing here is, of course, finding your out. And Godzilla, Emir, and Amir, thanks so much for the follows. Thank you so much for the follows. All right, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Let's play one more game with Dialga and then we can switch decks. That was definitely very intense. I feel like, okay, so in a different situation where my opponent, where I get the second Dialga and I'm able to V-Star, or my opponent doesn't get Rare Candy Pidgeot, Rare Candy Charizard after just one Puffin on turn 1 and getting Iono to 6, like if they whiff one turn, they don't get the first hit in, I get the first hit in, or even the first prize card, like we're talking about a completely different game. So I didn't get unlucky. It's just like things went my opponent's way in the beginning and then things went my way in the end, right? Their mistake was promoting their Charizard EX. That made it easier for me to potentially do the play because then I could research instead of needing boss's orders. They went for a Charizard. I didn't get research. I didn't get the boss's orders. I had 3 energies left in the deck. I was very fortunate. Oh, I had 4 energies at the very top of the deck. I still think I sequenced that correctly though, because if I find a research and then I research into a lot of stuff, right, and there's a very good chance that I find at least one super odd, and I drew 7 cards, so I'll find an energy to attach, and then I put more energies back and my deck is thinner, so I'm seeing more cards. I feel like that was the way I did it was correct. It worked out in a very weird way, but I feel like it was still a decent way to do it. All right, another Charizard, yeah, which is the benchmark of the format. Either you beat Charizard, or you need to, like, either you need to go toe to toe with Charizard or you need to pick a different deck. Perfect. Control players tonight, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think all commentators and all content creators offer different perspectives. Yeah, some people enjoy my style. I was rewatching the Orlando live stream and people were saying that that I should be commentating golf. So I don't know, like in my personality, it's hard for me to get excited over things that I know are already going to happen, right? Or that I've already analyzed and predicted and I know the outcome, which is usually what happens when I'm commentating. I definitely get surprised. It's just not super common. And there's other people who have a lot of energy and bring a lot of energy to the live stream. And I think it's important to find a balance, right? But yeah, I think we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I bring something to the table, ironically, table one, right? Other people bring other things, and then within the group, we make good stuff. And then in my channel, right, for my Tailmon brand, some people enjoy my style, other people don't. I'm trying to keep the salt and the raging to a minimum, which I think I'm getting a lot better at. If you've watched my recent videos compared to the previous, definitely in a much better space, mental health wise, physically wise. I've also lost, I think 22 pounds in the last like 2 months. So that's really made me feel better in every way possible. And it's all thanks to my beautiful nutritionist girlfriend. So yeah, feeling pretty good, and I appreciate the nice comment. Control players unite. Jonathan, I'm extremely straightforward. Yeah, I mean, I just want to talk about what's going to happen and who's going to win and how they're going to do it, right? And yeah, I think there's something for everyone, right? I think it's important to have like good synergy with whoever you are paired with, and have someone bring that like energy and excitement, right? And that's what we try to do. One person is the analytical one that tries to analyze what is happening and what is going to happen and why, and the reasoning behind the moves. And then the other person is more descriptive and trying to explain more about exactly step by step the card that is playing, commentating, etc. So yeah. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it's like the basis for the live streams is exactly like sports, right? One color commentary, one analysis, or I'm not sure. I don't even know what the name is. But it's one person has one role, the other person has another, and that's how it goes. All right, so we are up against Charizard. I'm not even sure if going first is correct with this deck. Don't get the best start here. Probably won't be getting a KO. So I could go in with the Greninja. But establishing the Dialga also seems good. It's just benching double Dialga is very important for this deck. And then I prized one energy. So how many Super Odds? No Super Odds prize. So losing this Super Odd is perfectly fine. I kind of like potentially taking a knockout on the Charmander with the Zarmazinta to start the game. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I definitely try my best during the live streams. I also take feedback, constructive feedback, very seriously, and have tried to make improvements. Bad cop, good cop strategy. And yeah, I mean, I've also asked for feedback publicly, and I take it all in stride. I've also had feedback from TPCI as well, and on things to work on and things to improve, and hopefully that's shown from last season to this one. And I've worked so many events that I have to, or I'd like to think that I'm doing something right? And my style, whatever you want to call it, is something that is worthwhile for the live stream, for the viewers, and yeah. I'm definitely loving it. I love competing so much, and I'm gonna compete. I'm gonna take every opportunity I have to compete that I can, but I'm also loving commentating and this new aspect, which is sort of like a follow-up, right, to my brand and my channel, which is awesome. All right, Metang, one energy Metang. That's all we ask for. 4 cards in my opponent's hand as well, and we know one of those is Charmeleon. All right, do I play the Super Rod here? I'm not sold. Yeah, this is playing Max Belt. That's what Drew Gannett played, so that's why we're playing that. Gosh, I don't know if I want a Super Rod. I feel like I should. Just maximize my chances of being the aggressor here. I don't have a great follow-up, that's true. I just want 1 energy. All right, well, that works too. We get 3 energies. That's definitely very nice. I would need to get a lot. Like if they get Rare Candy Charizard, I would need so much to get a return KO off of this Iono, but never a bad thing. Yeah, maybe I just hit 2 and then I'm able to start Chronos into the knockout. That also works. For what it's worth, I really like to see you on commentary. Enjoy when you bring to the streams. Thanks so much, Cronus. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much for the kind words. Carl, am I playing in Worlds or commentating for it? So I don't know. And wow, Jaro, thank you so much for the 1,052 bits. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Sorry that the alerts are not working. I don't know why they're not, but thank you so much. Very kind of you to support the channel. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome back. And yeah, am I playing in Worlds or commentating? So there's two answers to that question. Number one, because of how information is handled and the contract that I have, until Pokemon publishes that I'm commentating, I will never be able to tell people that I'm commentating until Pokemon announces it. So that's the number one thing, right? So even if I knew today that I was commentating Worlds, I would not be able to tell you all, yeah, until they make it public, yeah. And so the answer is, as of today, I don't know, yeah. All I know is that I have my Worlds invite, yeah, and there's the possibility, right? So I'll be in Hawaii. I don't know whether I'll be commentating or playing, yeah, but I will be in Hawaii. That much I can answer. I will definitely 100% be in Hawaii to do one or the other. And Martín, thank you so much. Saludos hasta Chile. Saludos hasta Chile. Intenté registrarme al regional, pero no alcancé el lugar. Me hubiera encantado ir. Alright. So, I don't want Iono, of course. I get another energy, which is pretty great. I'm gonna spread it out here because they could go Charizard boss, though they only have one card in their hand. I'm tempted to just go after the Pidgeot here. I feel like that's a lot better. And yeah, and then you know what? I should have done the boss and then committed here. All right, so far so good. Is it always better for you to commentate versus playing Worlds? So I've never commentated Worlds, right? And I've played in 14 different World Championships. So there's many things that go into a decision like that, Will. So yeah, there's a lot to consider. Yeah, there's my desire to play, but also my financial responsibilities as well, and the fact that it's a brand new opportunity, right? And I've never casted Worlds, and I've played many times, right? So that might factor into my decision. When I have to make that decision, I will consider everything, and then eventually you will find out. Yeah, when Pokemon announces it, like Pokemon will announce the casters for Worlds, right? So then you will know whether I'm casting or not. We will all know by then. All right, I'm gonna keep spreading my energies for now. And yeah, we're too far ahead at this point, so looking pretty good. Jarlai, it's the one you had left from years ago when you used to watch Ruben. But it's a blessing you do the commentary. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the bits. Thanks so much for choosing to give them to me. Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for supporting and to everyone tuning in. All right, so you decide. Do we play one more with Dialga or do we switch decks? Y draw a card. Te hice volverte un player. Qué bueno, me alegra mucho escuchar eso. Qué bueno que mis videos hayan ayudado con eso. Y sí, Martín, yo sé, moría de ganas por ir, pero no podré asistir. Y Dominic, no, tampoco estaré jugando el Special Event en Ciudad de México porque voy a ir al regional de Los Ángeles. What do you think of Chien-Pao in this meta, Brian? So I think Chien-Pao is a fantastic deck. One more with Dialga, yeah? Alright, and I'll switch the Goose, I'll switch to Prime Catcher. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that, because obviously the Maximum Belt has not come into play at all. I think both have their merits, yeah, but Prime Catcher definitely a pretty powerful card as well. So sure, we're making one change to Drew's deck list and then one more with Dialga, and then we'll switch to Chien-Pao. Alright, Bryant, I do think Chien-Pao is very well positioned in the metagame. It's a powerful deck, it has its inherent inconsistencies, but I do think it's a very good and powerful deck. Yeah, so I like it, and we're gonna play with it next. Yeah, we're gonna play Reagan Retzlaff deck after. Ancient Box, David. So I already recorded a video with Ancient Box. I played it not too long ago. So for today, the options are Dialga, which we're already playing, Chien-Pao, Arctina, and Lost Box, and Raging Bolt. I just love Raging Bolt, the Pokemon, so I want to play with it just for fun. You know? I don't think it's competitive, but I just want to play with it because it's fun. Any love for Lugia Senchino? Honestly, no. I'm a if you go back and watch Orlando, I'm not a Lugia believer at all. I don't think Lugia is good, honestly. It's too inconsistent. You cannot play with a single Arceus anymore and hope to win, so now you need the double Arceus, but now getting double Arceus is that much harder, so I'm really not a fan. I'm really not a fan of Lugia at this point in time. Alright. So, reading Greninja, Nest Ball, establish the Dialga, and to want to let the Mew tank a possible hit from Cramorant, or would I rather the Mew? I think I'm gonna let the Mew take it. I'm not super convinced about that. There's also a chance they don't get it, right? What are my thoughts on the new Blissey we're getting? Honestly, I don't know what the new Blissey does. I know it came out, but I didn't read it. Probably should have, but I don't know why I don't pay too much attention to newer cards. Like sometimes I will, other times I won't. But if you tell me what it does, then I will happily give you my opinion on it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lugia. It feels inconsistent. It is a one-trick pony. The discards are awkward. Getting Arceus into a discard pile feels like the hardest thing in the world. So, not the biggest fan. Yeah, not the biggest fan. I cannot recommend Lugia. Obviously, it's a powerful card and deck, but I'm not the biggest fan. And Juan, PTCG, thank you so much for the follow. With Chien-Pao, you're having trouble against TM Devolution or Banette EX item lock attack. Banette EX definitely a problematic card. What I can recommend against Banette is try to power up manually a Chien-Pao, right? Banette takes 8 turns to knock out a Chien-Pao, and Chien-Pao needs 5 energies to knock out Banette EX. So if they don't make another one, you should be able to win or get a turn of item cards. Definitely not easy, but that's something to consider. No, what is a top deck? 3 Soberons. That was quite possibly the worst top deck I could have gotten. I mean, I have to research. I can't not do anything. But losing 3 Super here is probably close to game ending. That was really, really bad. And I didn't get, oh my god, not a single Metang here. I can't even use, yeah, I'm not gonna use this energy to draw. Oh, I should have burned the 2 Nest Balls. That was dumb. I should have burned the 2 Nest Balls, benched, and then I would have been able to draw 1 card with Mew. At least I get a KO here, right? But that research and the hand I researched into is recipe for disaster, for sure. Yeah. And yes, this can happen. This is not a reason not to play Lugia. I mean, Dialga. Yeah, like this has happened once out of 4 games. It's not gonna happen. If I played 20 more games, it probably won't happen again. Yeah, so it happens. It sucks. Bad luck. On to the next thing. Yeah, no need to over worry about it. And Brian, yeah, no problem. And then against TM Devolution, just try to don't overdo it with the rare candies. Yeah, keep 1 Baxcalibur in play, and that's it. Make sure you have a backup Frigibax, of course, but don't. If you suspect they have TM Devo, then don't rare candy into Baxcalibur, and don't search for the rare candy either because you could get airied. Yeah. Dominique, me gusta mucho Dialga, sí me gusta mucho Dialga, pero también tiene sus problemas. Giratina es un mal match definitivamente, pero sí, es un deck bueno, interesante, divertido, ¿no? Sí me gusta bastante y creo que sí es bueno. What is the best way to meet the commentators at a Pokemon event, Josh? So usually before the stream starts, we usually arrive to the venue and we're walking around. We also do we commentate 2 rounds and then we have a break for 2 rounds whilst the other caster pair does it. So we'll usually be walking around and talking to people and being on the floor watching games. So at any point, at least with me, yeah, I don't want to speak for others, but at any point if you see me on the floor, please feel free to come say hi. Yeah, not a problem at all. Alright, this is worst case scenario. Not only did we research away the best cards in the Super Odds, we didn't get a single Metang. Now they get the double K on the Beldums. If I bench 2 more Beldums, they have the threat of Sableye, and my Dialga is trapped in the active. So this is the worst situation I could be in. You went 5-3-1 in Orlando with Lugia. You like having a matchup into control and mill. You played on one against both. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the merits of Lugia is that 100%. Yeah, don't let me like I 100% agree with that. It does have a very good matchup, and if you expect a lot of those decks, then it's a good play. However, I will say neither of those decks is A, very popular, or B, like a big enough part of the meta to make Lugia worthwhile. Because if you're gonna lose to something like Charizard, right, then that's where it starts being a little more questionable. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and Iono my opponent. I have the 2 Beldums exposed. Nothing I can do about it though. And I mean, at least I get some damage in, but I need this Iono to really do some damage to my opponent. Otherwise, it might be game. If they have like Colress into a Psychic, I lose my 2 Beldums. That's gonna be the game pretty much. Why is that Sard mirror so rough? I mean, because you both know each other's list pretty much, and you both have access to the same resources, so that's what makes it rough. The starting hand can also a lot of the times determine who ends up winning. So yeah, it's definitely a rough matchup. But yeah, I mean, if you play it a lot, I don't want to say if you master it, because there's just so many things that can happen in any game. That you can't really master one, because no matter how many lines you try to know, you have to improvise in so many situations, right? Alright, does my opponent have Mirage Gate? Please no. Oh, they have the Mirage Gates. Oh my god. I think we're done here. I mean, I'm gonna Iono Super it back to Beldums and hopefully get a Puffin to get them out again. That's like the one good thing, but I don't see how I can win anymore, honestly. I wonder if the second Comfey found the Mirage Gate, because they should have Mirage Gated before the Comfey to get the energy so that they don't see them and get closer to a Colress. So I wonder if they got it last Comfey Mirage Gate, which is rough. Definitely rough, but we're not completely out of it yet. This is why maybe you should play one 70 HP Beldum. Yeah, one 70 HP Beldum would be all the difference in the world right now. Alright, so back in you go with the Metal Energy. No more Super Rods available for us. We're just gonna commit the energy to the active. If we lose this Dialga, we'll lose this game anyway, so no big deal. No Buffin and 3 energies. Oh my god. Hey, Pro Circuit, how are you doing? What is this? No. The deck is falling apart. Yeah, I mean, any deck that can target down your Beldums. I also whiffed a single Metang. If I draw a Metang or if I play the 70 HP Beldum, this would be a completely different story. Hopefully the Ionos do enough damage and slow my opponent down enough to where I can pull this off, but I'm not holding my breath, that's for sure. It's not looking great. Not looking great at all. I am gaming. I am gaming. I'm trying my best. I am trying my best. Lost Box is pretty powerful, but we still have a whole year for it to rotate, Jonathan, so never a better time to learn how to beat it than now. Well, my opponent found the Forest Seal Stone. That does mean now they can't V-Star, so they need Mirage Gate plus Giratina V-Star to close out the game. They're down 3 Psychics as well, so they choose to go for a Colress. They need their... Oh, wait, if this is... Alright, so our saving grace right now is the fact that Giratina is now only playing 3 Psychics. So they need Super Rod plus the Psychic. Dang, even one Metang might have given. Oh wait, never mind. They play 4. This is an old school Giratina. They play 4 Psychics. So do they play 2 Water, 4/4/3? I don't even know. All right, they just passed the turn. So I don't know what they kept. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal cards. Really want Beldum or Puffin. All right, I mean that's both. Right, that is definitely both. And the Iono is so tough though. All right. I feel like I Iono, right? They're so low on resources. Yeah, I need to Iono. Iono down to 2 and get another KO. And then maybe I can start doing... I can actually... There's a chance I win. There's a genuine chance I win. But I need to survive this turn. Which is... We'll see. Do I play any video games in general, Bryant? I do. Not as much as I would like to, because being an adult sucks. But I do play. I do play video games. I like playing the Pokemon video games. No, they have the Super Rod. Yeah, that's step number 1, right? Okay. 3 energies back. 2 Psychic and 1 Grass. Why put the Grass back? I don't know. Alright, Flower Select. Even if they find 1 Psychic, that's not good enough. Even if they find Mirage Gate, that's not good enough. We still have a genuine chance to make a comeback here. Hey, Zorark TCG. I'm doing well. How about you? And Pro Surrogate, I don't know what your message said. No, this boss is so annoying. It's gonna stop me. Oh wait, no, I have Prime Catcher. Okay, I need 1 energy. I need 1 energy off of this Metang. 1 energy off of this Metang? Oh, what? Alright, well they get the Mirage Gate. They're gonna probably power up the Giratina, right? Power it up. I am okay with that. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Hey Alex, thank you so much for being here. It's been a while. Alright, we have a genuine chance at winning this game. And no, don't top deck that. Alright, we're gonna Arven. Oh, I don't. Why am I playing Arven? I'm not playing any tools now. And my Prime Catcher is prized. No way. This is like the worst. Oh my gosh. This is actually the worst thing ever. Oh my gosh. No shot. I never checked for the Prime Catcher. I never actually checked for the Prime Catcher. Oh my god. Alright, if I knock out the Comfey, I lose. There we go. Yeah, Alex, I'm glad you're here. It's been a while. Gino, hey. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Alright, I think I have to retreat here. If I attack the Comfey, I lose. Alright, well there's... Or get me 2 energies. Just get... Oh no, I already... No, yeah. Alright, 0 energies. Cool. If I attack here, I lose the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 9 energies left. I have to retreat. Gosh, that was so unlucky. The Prime... I never checked for a Prime Catcher. Never searched for a Prime Catcher. Alex, I'm glad you're out of the hospital now and you got a Gold Star Mew. Very nice. Very nice. I didn't know you still like were actively doing trades and whatnot. Alright, don't Prime Catcher. Please don't. Rescue board. Iono. I mean, that's not the worst. No. Why? Dang it, we had a genuine chance. After so much bad luck. After so much bad luck, we had a genuine chance. Oh, if I had the prime catcher, dang it. If I had the prime catcher, this would have been a whole other story. Because I hit 1 energy, right? Then I attach for turn, I start Chronos the Tina, they pass the turn, I knock them out. They can't power up another Tina at that point. No. Well, I mean, the fact that we got to that point, I think, speaks volumes about the deck. Many things could have changed the outcome of that game. Any Metang, having the 70 HP Beldum, maybe just having 1 is worth it, right? Maybe just having 1 is worth it. But for now, let's jump into a different deck. Yeah, but Dialga, I like it. Yeah, I'm generally a big fan of Dialga. I don't think you can afford mana in this deck, Brian, because your bench is always so clogged. You want like 2 Giratinas, 2 or 3 Metangs, and then a support Pokemon in Greninja or Mew, because you can't only rely on supporters. So I don't think you have the space for the mana. It's just a risk you have to take. Alright, so let's jump into a different deck. Let's just open up the rewards. Let's just open up all the rewards. This deck kind of reminds you of Meta Knight. Yeah, agreed. And Star Chronos is so good, right, Alex? Star Chronos is so good. So, yeah, I like it. But okay, we're gonna switch to Chien-Pao. Yeah, Reagan, Retzlov's Chien-Pao deck. Let's go. Top 4 at Orlando Regionals. We shall see how the deck plays out this time around. Alright, and so far so good with the sound, with the music. Yeah, so far so good. Hopefully everything's cool for now. Alright. Wanna go first? You've wanted to use that attack so much. I know, Alex. Metang, I think, is such a good card for Metal, and I have to imagine we're eventually gonna get like a very powerful Metal EX Pokemon that's gonna really take advantage of Metang. So I am also very glad. Alright, very questionable starting hand. No item, no Greninja, no Bidoof. Cypher Maniac is good, but not the best. Chien-Pao is one of your favorite decks to play, but the learning and sequencing is hard. I agree, it's definitely not the easiest. We're up against a mirror, which should be quite good for us, especially with the start. That Nespel top deck helps me. The Greninja is not prized, so depending on what I draw of Greninja, I think, I mean, I have the Cypher Maniac, I have Rare Candy, and my opponent's deck shouldn't attack my hand very often. Therefore, alright, and I already have Rare Candy back, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach. And I'm threatening double KO and Frigibacks, which is pretty fantastic. You know, pretty fantastic. Learning the sequencing is hard. I agree, Jonathan, but so here's a pro tip that I always give to the people that I coach and to everyone in general who asks me is it's important to understand the archetype that you're playing and like all the archetypes, right? But there's a lot more value in understanding fundamentals of the game, because if you grasp the fundamentals, then you can apply that in parallel to every deck, as opposed to trying to master one deck and trying to have every single line and potential outcome covered about what could happen and how they could react and what they could do and what you should do, and instead trying to learn the fundamentals, because then you'll be able to do that on the fly and improvise and analyze on the fly. Yeah, for me, the biggest skill in Pokemon, the biggest indicator rather of skill in Pokemon is 100% improvisation. Yeah, because usually whatever you're planning will go out the window. Yeah, and finding weird and obscure win conditions is very key to winning any given game. All right, so I would definitely encourage to learn the sequencing, but I feel like there's no there's no specific sequencing to learn, because some situations might require Pokestop before Bibarel. Some situations might require Bibarel before Pokestop. Some situations might require Greninja before Bibarel. So then, like, how do you know? You have to analyze in the moment. That to me is the most important thing by far in Pokemon, and the biggest skill you can have in Pokemon. All right. So we're gonna grab the Puffin here. We're gonna knock out 2 Frigibacks. I kind of like going after the Bidoof, honestly, because knocking out 2 Frigis still leaves 1, right? Knocking out the Bidoof guarantees that my opponent will not have Bibarel for at least another turn. Yeah, you're welcome, Jonathan. And I know it's easier said than done. Yeah, and the best first thing is to choose one archetype and try to learn as much as possible, but get good at improvising with that archetype, and then you can apply that in parallel to every single other deck imaginable. Yeah, and I can tell you with 100% guarantee, the success I have in Pokemon is not due to me learning every deck. Yeah, and I think this is something, if any of you watch Azul's stream, whenever he's like, he was talking about earlier in the stream of Sao Paulo, and he was saying like, oh, I've never played this matchup, oh, I've never played this other matchup, and it's like, I mean, he does really well, right? And he's never played some matchups that he's likely to encounter at regional. So what does he do? He doesn't know any lines or sequencing towards that deck, right? He's just improvising on the fly, and he managed to top 8, what was it, 3 or 4 events back to back? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. All right, I'm trying to figure out the best way for the energies here. If I attach Retreat into a Chien-Pao, use Shiver Chill, get 2 more, then I save the superior. So that's what I'm gonna do. Attach, retreat. Maybe this is using my Prime Catcher a little preemptively, but I'm committed, so I really think there's value. If I knock out 2 Frigis, there's still 1 Frigi and 1 Bidoof. If I knock out the Bidoof, then there's only 2 Frigis left, so no matter what, there's no Bibarel for my opponent. Oh, I have to choose my opponent's Pokemon first. Alright, and by bringing up the Bidoof, I can now avoid the Carefree Countenance, and I'm able to take a knockout right here on the Bidoof. I can't knock it out on the bench, but I can do it here. And my Bidoof is protected. I have the Bibarel in hand. If I get Ionode, so be it. I really don't want my opponent to even draw an extra card just in case that helps them, so I'm targeting the Collect Frigi. Yeah, so it's like marginal things, small things, but I lose the ability to Prime Catcher later, although I do have Silene, versus 100% denying my opponent's opportunity to draw extra cards with the Bibarel if that's what they were planning. Yeah, and that's the issue for them, right? Because they went second, and I threatened Greninja. If they went 2 Bidoof, 2 Frigis, then I would knock out both Frigis. If they go 3 Frigis, 1 Bidoof, yeah, that's safer. The Bidoof is protected, but I was able to get the Prime Catcher play, and honestly, that might be game. And that's usually how Chien-Pao Mirror goes, unfortunately. That's usually how the mirror tends to go. All right, so yeah, as I was saying earlier as well, I'm trying to stream more, so if you all had any ideas or requests or like things that you'd like to see from me from stream, I know people enjoy just watching me play, hearing my thoughts, hearing the analysis, and that's definitely what I'm known for. But if there's anything else, I did a restream in Spanish of EUIC because there was already the live stream in English. I might do that again for like other regionals, but in Spanish, because I feel like there's already an English live stream, right? So doing a restream in English is just like it just doesn't make sense. Why did I go to to challenge? So yeah, that's just what I've been thinking. Obviously that's a different audience probably than at least half of the people watching. There's also a very big audience in Spanish that I'm very keen to reward with the support they've shown me. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see. Dominic. Soy Pablo, no Pedro. No eres el primero que se confunde, ni serás el último. Muchas personas me dicen Pedro, no sé por qué. Pero qué bueno que lo disfrutes. Eso definitivamente es lo principal. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm definitely trying to support more. I definitely could be doing a lot more, and hopefully there's definitely important things in the works for the Latin American community from Pokemon. Yeah, not specifically by me, but from Pokemon, and hopefully I get to be involved in a lot of those. Hey, Mikurin, how are you doing? Carl, ¿te gustarían más restreams en español? Definitivamente lo tomo en cuenta. Oh, this hand is awkward because this is the 2-retreat free gym. I also didn't pay attention on whether I'm going first or second, but I think starting with a single prizer is better than having the 2-prizer. Alright, shop it. My opponent is going first. We see a Psychic. So, alright, and I was going to say, we don't know if it's Giratina or Espathra. It is Espathra, which honestly I don't think is a great deck, but we'll see. Alright, I need a really good Pokestop here to really get into this game. The Shop It threatens the Vanity X that we were talking about, so that is potentially bad. And I'm gonna go for the Pokestop. Well, that's not ideal. Okay, I definitely have to do something about that. So let's get rid of these two. And oh, Greninja is also priced. Great. Alright, I'm just gonna get a Chien-Pao, I think. Alright. So I'll do that. I'll play the Super Rod in case I get item locked already. And I'll collect for one. Julius, the Spanish commentary was good. Thinking of getting other second commentators on your streams. So it was the first time I did something like that, and I was just trying to make sure that I so the two people that I asked are two of my best friends, so I wanted to make sure that it was like people I was familiar with and whatnot. I would definitely consider it. I also don't think I'm ever doing a restream of a European tournament, or at least not from round one, because the start time was just killer, and basically no one was watching in the beginning, so there wasn't much point to that. But I will definitely try to do something more about that. Okay, we get a Puffin. Our opponent didn't stop item cards. Top deck Bidoof, that's pretty good. Kind of like second Bidoof as well. Alright, so let's try again. Not great. So now I have to make a choice. I think I'm gonna collect again. I think I'm gonna collect. Wait, how much damage do I do? 20, dude. If you did 30, I could get the Iron Bundle and get a prize card that way. Alright, so how many energies do I have? 5, okay. I guess I'll get the free G, sure. I do need to attach. I'm gonna go here. And then collect for one. Collect for one. But yeah, Julius, I'll definitely consider getting other people for that if I do it again. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it again, but it's definitely something that I would like to potentially do. Alright, my opponent retreats into Cleffa. Makes sense. Her hand still sucks. B-Barrel. No. Alright, well, one more Pokestop. Give me a little trouble. No. Dang it. 2 Iridas now gone. Do I play the other Super Rod? No. Sure, I'll attach and just keep collecting. Prime Catcher. Not very useful. Expanded looks like it's coming back. Why do you say that, Jonathan? It's always been a thing in Japan. I think there was just a big tournament in Japan, so that's why you're hearing about it. Edwin, muchas gracias por seguirme. ¿Cómo estás? Espero que bien. Yeah, classic bad hand plus Greninja in prices for sure. Do I like Expanded? So I haven't played Expanded. I haven't played Expanded since 2019 when I played Dusknoir Trevenant, and yes, it was super toxic, and that was so awesome, especially because I was the first one to play it. So that was really cool. If it comes back, then it's something else to adapt. So yeah, I've been playing for over 20 years. I don't like, my goal is to win a tournament. I don't care if something is toxic or not, or if the format is fun or not, or if Charizard is too broken. Yeah, if Charizard is too broken and it's gonna win me the $10,000 out of regionals, I'm gonna play that. Yeah, that's what I play for. Yeah, I have the most fun when I'm winning. That's me, right? I understand that other people like to play, like get an opportunity to play the actual game more than anything, and that's completely fine. It's just Pablo Meza, have the most fun when I'm winning. So if it's a toxic format and I have to play control and that's what's gonna get me $10,000 out of regionals, I will very happily do it and enjoy the time doing it. Yeah, so that's my personal take on that. All right, that Iono was like the friendliest Iono, and all of a sudden we are back in the game. We also have Bibrel plus the Code Breaker. I might just Code Breaker for 2. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna get Greninja here. Oh, but I need an extra energy still. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Puffin and the Chien-Pao for Bibrel. And then off the Cypher Maniac, I'm gonna get Greninja and I'm gonna knock out the Shuppet, because that Shuppet could become Banediax, and now I could be in trouble with all my energies in the discard pile. So I'm gonna Cypher Maniac, yes, for the Heavy Ball. I guess I can, I can actually get Canceling Cologne, and then I don't need 3 energies. I just need, I don't need 4 energies, I just need 2. I think that's the best use of my things. Then I'll be able to Pokestop, and then I'll draw with Bibrel after I bench the Greninja. Alright, I'm liking this, we are doing things correctly. Yeah, with the research. Oh wait, no, I have the freaking, there's the freaking, I forgot about the Manaphy. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. So I should have grabbed Prime Catcher. I 100% should. Oh my gosh, I messed up. I just did not see the Manaphy on the bench. All right. I have the KO. My other card was Superior Energy Retrieval, which is great. But now is when, if I get Banediaxed, I lose the match. But I don't think I have another choice. I really don't. I could try to get lucky and get the Prime Catcher, but yeah, I needed to go for the Prime Catcher. Just if I knock out that Shuppet, I'm in control of the game. But that was poorly done on my part. Very poorly done. So I need to get lucky now, which is never what you want to do. Alright. Not getting lucky. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna Super Cold these 2. I'm gonna attach this, and I'm gonna play the Canceling Cologne. And then I have a chance, right? I have a genuine chance to get the Prime Catcher over the next 3 cards. Alright, well, pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. That was poorly done. I should have guaranteed the Prime Catcher instead of the Cologne, and just gone after the Shuppet at least. Or I don't know, maybe I don't know exactly how I should have pieced that out, but the way I did it was probably not the right way to do it. I kind of like going after the Manaphy, because then I could possibly do the Greninja play again. So this forces them to recover the Manaphy, which is good news. And If they don't and they bench like a Flittle or another Natu, then we can do the Greninja play again and get another 2 prizes and not care too much about this Spathra and eliminate any potential Shuppets for Banetti X. But alright, let me go back to chat because I've missed a few messages. Sad Chelsea couldn't seal the win. I know, Edwin. Today's game was so frustrating to watch. It was just not great. It was super frustrating. I'm hoping we get better fighting type EXs. I really want Garchomp EX to get its time in the sun. I agree, David. I agree. I'm a big fan of Garchomp EX, the card, and Garchomp, the Pokemon. So I would love it if we could get a bit more time in the spotlight with Garchomp EX. I mean, you want a better fighting type EX. Greninja EX is coming soon, and that seems to be pretty powerful. Alex, nothing's too broken, it's just called a deck being good, and every format and every game has that one deck character archetype that's overpowered. I agree. Yeah, and like I said, I've been playing for 20 years. I just don't focus on that. It's this card is the best one to give me and let me do what I want to win the tournament. That's what I focus on. Yeah, that's my approach. It's different for different people, but I don't mind if a deck is broken or not. I just mind if it's gonna win me $10,000 or not. That's how I have the most fun. Alright. Am I using a tournament Chien deck or built it yourself? Mikurin, this is Regan Retzloff top 4 deck list from Orlando Regionals. You want the modern Vileplume EX or Jumpluff EX? Yeah, that would be pretty cool as well. Alright, I want to establish Bibarel and I want to take the knockout on the active, which I'm pretty sure I can do both. I could Silene as well. That sounds pretty good. There's no threat of Shuppet or anything. I'm gonna Silene. Just try to get Prime Catcher back. Oh, what? 2 head slips? This is just too broken. Alright. Let's just get this and this, I guess. And then I get Pokestop for both. This is broken. This is actually broken. Alright, so I have more than enough energy, so of course, gonna get rid of this and the Iron Bundle. I can just knock out whatever. I need to remember to attach energies to the active, not anywhere, and I need 5 total to do 300 damage. And yes, this is... Wait, is there a delay? This is Regan Retzloff, top 32. Top 4 deck, sorry, from Orlando Regionals. Alright, now I want to establish the Bibarel. I think I can pretty safely get rid of the water energy. I'm not going to draw any cards, but I am protected, at least for now. My opponent could still go like Counter Catcher Iono, and that would be a little problematic. So maybe I want to put back 2 water energies, so I can find them with Shiver Chill preemptively. And I guess I can draw 1 card. Why not? And there we go. You've been playing for 2 years and you're already thinking the same way. 2, you play the deck that will give me a chance to win the event. Exactly. Yeah, like for me, winning is when I have the most fun playing Pokemon. Winning with something unique, sure, it's cool, but I really just like to win. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play whatever deck gives me the best chance, whether it's Charizard EX, whether it's ADP, whether it's Vileplume Control and Expanded. Yeah, that's my approach. Yeah, different people have different approaches. Yeah, and no approach is better than the other. Counter Catcher and Prime Catcher in the same format is a dream come true for you, Alex. I know. So you need to come to regionals to show us how much of a dream it is, Alex. All right. There's Mimikyu, there's Shuppet. Now there's 2 targets for my Greninja. Easy peasy. Chien-Pao's not getting KO'd. It doesn't have any energies. I have game in hand. Unless I get Iono'd. If I get Iono'd, I have Bibarel and I have Pokestop. There's Alakazam. There's the Iono. That's fine. They also need 2 Psychics, which they just discarded 2. That deck usually plays like, what, 10? There's already 6 in the discard pile. Espathra is not it. Yeah, Espathra is just not it. Every time we've seen it on stream, it just loses to Charizard. Pokemon League headquarters does matter because it stops my Pokestop, but shouldn't be a big deal in terms of attacking. This shuffles the deck. There were quite a few important resources at the bottom. I have 2 energies. This steal, it's minus 30, right? So if I do 300 damage, that's enough. I need 1 superior energy retrieval to win this game, and I get 2. So that should be it, if I'm not mistaken. And I even have 6 energies to do 360 damage in case I somehow messed up the maths. Do you think Gardevoir is a good deck in this format? It is. It is a good deck. It just has some very glaring weaknesses to both Charizard and Ancient Box. And if you can't beat Charizard, it's difficult to justify a deck, you know? So it is good. It is up there, but Charizard I feel is just too good. And Ancient Box is also a little too good, you know? What are my thoughts on Ancient Box? Ancient Box is very powerful. Yeah, very powerful. I think if you add in a Cobalion, you make the Charizard matchup much better, and you're in, like, you counter all the perceived Charizard counters in Gardevoir, Giratina, and Chien-Pao, and you can beat Future Box as well. That's probably your toughest matchup, but Future Box, I'm not sold on it because it has a really bad Charizard matchup. So I think Ancient Box is a tier 1 deck, absolutely. Absolutely. Alright. You want to go so badly, Alex, when you're all better? I hope you get better soon. Yeah. You'll probably play those cards in your Lost Box deck. Yeah, being able to Colress and Ghost is incredible, right? So yeah, I hope you make your triumphant return, Alex, very soon. Alright. The stones, if you may, indeed. Sard versus Espathra matchup. How should Sard approach Espathra? I mean, just try to use Radiant Charizard as much as possible. Target down, use Charmander a lot to target the little HP people like Cleffa and Flittle. Target down the Xatu. Cheapin Orlando kept correcting me because I kept saying Shatu. No, I kept saying Xatu. No, I kept saying Shatu instead of Xatu. I just assumed it was Shatu. Yeah. Clearly I was mistaken, and Chip kept correcting me, and I kept missing it until like the very end, which was really funny. But now I know it's Xatu. So just play around those, and then use Radsard, and you're good to go. Yeah, use Radsard twice. Yeah, because your Bibarel and your Pidgeot are not threatened, so you can easily piece out the Radsard. And I mean, it's not a hard, like, it's not an auto win, right? But I don't think Espathra, I don't think that's it. Yeah, for the deck, or for a good option, I mean. All right. You had to rally back from 1 to 1. Did you make day 2, Edwin? From 1 to 1? How do I see Lugia Elite Rocket? Not the biggest fan. Definitely not the biggest fan of the deck overall. Not a lot of hope for it, to be honest. It needs too much to set up. It's unreliable. You can't play with only 1 Archeops. Getting 2 Archeops into a discard pile sometimes feels like the hardest thing in the world, so not the biggest fan. Do you like Dunsparce's Ancient list or the Koraidon one better? I mean, the Koraidon one is more tried and proven than anything. So I really think that's the way to go. Alright, well, Reboot Pod for 1 is enough. And I mean, the best case scenario for me is getting Iron Hands 2 prizes, but it's not looking very realistic at this point in time. Not looking super realistic for me. Alright, I'm going to promote the Greninja here, because these are quite important, of course. Cypher Maniac, no energy for it though. So I'm going to have to Irida, and then get the Chien-Pao, and then I think the Vessel is my item of choice. And then I could get rid of the Irida. I think I'd like getting rid of the Suprod here. That seems like the better choice. Alright, and then hopefully my opponent misses the KO on the Chien-Pao, and then that's how I can maybe turn the game around. We'll see. Yeah, it's good sometimes, but like when it sets up, it's so powerful, right? But it's also very straightforward. I'm just not the biggest fan of Lugia overall. All right, I think I only want to get one Bidoof. Oh, but my freak. Okay, well I can heavy ball for it. It's fine. I'm gonna get. Oh, I priced the heavy ball as well. Come on. Okay, well then never mind. I need to go Prime Catcher to prize KO. So it's fine getting two of these. Alright. So we're ready to go for next turn potentially. But it's gonna be a little dire. Electric Generator gets one. They still need one more Iron Crown or the Tool in order to get a knockout, and they don't. All right, they're dead drawing. Okay, so we have a possibility to do really well here. Iron Hands, yeah, Lugia would do better if Iron Hands wasn't around. 100% agreed, for sure. Do you like Feature Box or Ancient Box? Like, both are fun. Ancient Box is, in my opinion, the more competitive deck by far. Like, by far. Alright, so I'm gonna Shivery Chill, get the energies out. So I'm missing one energy to get the KO on this Iron Hands, which I think is what I need to focus on. So then this gets me Excalibur. I need two items though, so I need to Cypher Maniac for Rare Candy plus. Alright. Yeah, I have to go all in basically. So Cypher Maniac for Rare Candy plus Prime Catcher. Do I have enough? I think I have enough cards to discard here. I think I should have enough. Alright. Yeah, I definitely have enough. Alright, so I'm gonna Prime Catcher, the only real threat that there is. I'm gonna promote the Greninja, then I have to go Ultra Ball away, Nest Ball and Energy, grab myself the Excalibur, and then I can go Rare Candy, Excalibur, and then we can Superior Energy Retrieval. I kind of like keeping the Irida and the two Superior Energy Retrievals, so I'm just gonna go like this and just get 4. Oh no, I messed up. It had to be the Irida. I need to keep one energy. Well, oh, I needed to keep one energy. That's my bad. Oopsies. Alright, it is what it is. I want the Irida for Bibarel next turn. That was very badly done on my part. That was wasteful, but it is what it is. Yeah, I should still be able to seal this regardless, but that was poorly done on my part. Very poorly done on my part. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and retreat. We're gonna get the 2 prizes and avoid my opponent getting 3 next turn as well, which we might not be able to do afterwards because I can't use Iron Hands because my bench is full. Alright, Cypher Maniac and Heavy Ball. Cypher Maniac is nice. We'll see. Do you think making it to Arceus League on live makes you a good player, Jonathan? The 100% honest answer is no. The overall average level, like, of course there's top players and very good players playing on live, but like I was saying in the beginning, in order to become good at the game, like, it's important to practice, but the most important thing is like improvisation and like the decision making within a game. And I feel like a lot of the times against an orthodox list or an orthodox whatever you want to call it, it's not, I don't know, like I don't know how to accurately say it, but I don't think, I really don't think Arceus League is like a big or a good indicator of, or a good, what's the word? A good indicator of success. Yeah. All right, now let me focus on this. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away this, and then if I could get Silene, that would be amazing. All right, I'm gonna do Industrious Incisors, get the Super Rod, that's nice, get another of these. So Super Rod gets me the energies back that I need, which is great. Cypher Maniac. All right, so I'm, yeah, benching everything was, that second B-Roll is, like it, I didn't expect my opponent to not KO. If they just get, if they get 2 prizes here, that's fine. If they get 3, that's where it gets dicey. But we'll see. All right, I'm just gonna attach 2 to the active. Elite, la cajita X-Spec no creo que sea algo que le dé a Lugia que lo haga mejor, la verdad, pero podría ser. Alright, I'm just gonna draw 2 more. There's this Eileen. But Silene doesn't get me a knockout now. I don't have enough energies to pull off the knockout. So I think I'm just gonna take the KO here and hope. And not play either card. Yeah, just take the KO. This was a difficult turn for sure. Being bench locked is usually, it's sometimes really bad for Chien-Pao. Maybe I should not have benched that other Bidoof, because even though I didn't have Iron Hands, I could have used Iron Bundle to take 2 prizes as well, which I might have forgotten actually in the previous turn. All right, so there's a town store, not bad for my opponent. Gets them the heavy baton, so that will conserve the energies for them. But if they don't get 3 prizes here, I am swimming. And it doesn't seem like they do. Yep, just arm press for the knockout, that's completely fine. We are golden. Irida gets me Chien-Pao plus Superior and Retrieval. I get another KO, and then I just need to get another KO, and that's it. So, because there are 3 prizes, they can't win in 2 turns. They can't realistically amp you very much for a knockout on Chien-Pao, right? I mean, maybe they could, but they don't even have an Iron Hands to transfer the energies to, so I'm feeling pretty confident that this is pretty much game over. I also have Silene in case I really needed to get back resources. So I'm gonna attach, and then I'm gonna go Superior away. You know what? I'm even gonna get rid of this Silene, because I know I have my other Superior Energy Retrieval. I also have the Super Rod, so things are looking pretty good here. And they don't have a good Pokemon to transfer the energy to. Iron Crown does 50-50, and who cares about the rest? So we are good to go. We are good to go here. I can even put back like the Chien-Pao and 2 energies, and then Shivery Chill them into my hand in case they try to go boss and try to win by attacking with Iron. I don't even know. There's no way. There's just generally no way. I have a guaranteed retreat, I have a guaranteed KO, they have a guaranteed nothing, and this comes down to my opponent did not play a single supporter, so very unfortunate for them. They had to use their reboot pod to even get 1 attack in, but that's how the game is sometimes. That is how the game ends up being sometimes. Not bad. All right. They're not giving up though. They are not giving up. We see the counter catcher play, even though they just saw me get 2 energies. We are more than ready to win this. So attaching the booster capsule doesn't really change anything. Even if they, I don't know, I have like double P-Barrel, so they need me to dead draw 5 turns, which is ridiculous, right? Or at least 3. No, yeah, there's no way. There's just no humanly possible way. They're still playing, yeah, but this game is unwinnable for them. The only chance they would have is if I had prized my last superior energy retrieval, or if I had it in my hand and they played Airy and discarded it, because I got rid of the Silene. So maybe I should have been more careful with the Silene and just discarded the rare candy there, just to protect against a random Airy, which is not common in future box decks, but you never know, right? You actually never know. You never know. All right. Yep. They just pass. They attack the bench. We are going to power through onto the active, so I can retreat, and then Iridam for the superior. That gets me 4 energies. I'm guessing my opponent's gonna make me do it. And I mean, I appreciate the ladder points, right? And there we go. Bojo, you're a casual player, made it to Arceus League 2 days ago, and I can tell ladder climb more based on deck choice than in-game skills. Yeah, so, I mean, making it to Arceus League is definitely very good, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think that immediately translates to what it takes to be at the very top, alright? Being in Arceus Leagues, like I said, absolutely has its merit. I've never made it. I'm pretty sure it's because I don't play ladder enough. But it's definitely a good way to get better. Yeah, it's just there's a big gap between players who are in Arceus League and players who are top carding regionals, right? But I mean, every practice, everything you do to improve, yeah, and sometimes playing a lot of games is very useful as well, for sure. Yeah, so making it to Arceus League definitely has its merits. For sure. All right. So I don't know if I went first or second. I didn't pay attention. I was looking. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is probably a loss. This is going to be Snorlax. So that will be troublesome. My opponent starts Rotom and chose to go first. I mean, maybe with no Battle VIP pass, choosing to go first is fine. But not entirely sure. Okay. So, gonna go Shivery Chill. Not even gonna Irida. I have knockout on the Rotom next turn, which is pretty fantastic. Could play the Lightning onto the Frigi. Sure. And then we're gonna pass, right? And then we'll see what my opponent does. Probably Arven for whatever, but they might not be able to retreat this Rotom. They bench double Snorlax, and they have an S-Ball, so that was a very good Rotom draw. Not scared of the Mimikyu. They get the energy for the Rotom, and they go into Mimikyu, and they miss Fortune Sisters. What was that? Puffin and Ultra Ball. completely okay with that. No problem at all. Okay. Top decking, Ultra Ball, or Candy, or even, what's the word? Or even Excalibur, like Ultra Ball or Candy or Excalibur would have been so sick, so I could Irida Prime Catcher KO the Rotom. Now I won't be able to, but I can start applying pressure, and that's step number one, right? That is absolutely step number one in beating this deck, is for sure applying pressure every turn, right? So not a good matchup by any means. This is a big loss of resources having to retreat here, but getting this KO is pretty good. Have energy, have Pokestop to potentially dig if I need to, have Supra to replenish resources, named energy, already have the Excalibur as well, so can't be hit with Airy. Misfortune Sisters is random. Well, that Superior Energy Retrieval is less ideal, but my opponent attacks my hand. I'm just gonna go 130, 130, 130. Erika's Invitation. All right, that's a problem. They also now know, yeah, that Frigibax is rough. They also now know that they can Airy to get a KO here, or to get a Superior Energy Retrieval. So, all right, yep, that was a very good Erika for my opponent. All right, I get Rare Candy and Body Puffin. So let me think this through. I kind of like Iron. Oh, I priced Greninja again. Are you kidding me? You priced the Greninja again. Well, my plan was to use Greninja a bunch. All right, make a mistake and bring out Rotom. Obviously, they're not gonna do that. Yep, but that's fine. Gonna go ahead and attach, and we're gonna do 30. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to do 30 damage. Get back the 2 energies to protect. Like, it's better to get 2 energies only than to lose the Superior Energy Retrieval to an area. At least I get some value. And we will tackle for 30. Yeah, it's a little bit of pressure. Not a lot, but a little bit of pressure. All right, Team Yell's Cheer. They put back Erika, Mimikyu, and Misfortune Sisters. That's fine. Excalibur. No. Do I? No, I'm not gonna Pokestop anymore. So what am I actually hoping to draw at this point? I honestly don't know. If I'd been able to knock out the Rotom early, that would have been so huge. Bravery Charm. Fine. They go Airy, so the Suprod and the Candy. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal losing those 2 cards, because now my Frigibax can be trapped indefinitely. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I really don't. Alright, they did just Airy, so hopefully they don't Airy again anytime soon. Pokegear. Misfortune Sisters. This could be really bad. Yep, there goes the Prime Catcher. Alright, yep. Snorlax is just an awful match for this deck. You need them to not hit an Erikas. I had no way to get rid of my basics at that point. I mean, the top deck Cancel alone definitely helps, but it's like, even if I get 1 KO, then they just go Counter Catcher, trap the Frigi again. So you need to play like 1 Bax, 1 Chien-Pao, and that's pretty much it, and then get super lucky with the draw. So it just wasn't happening for sure. It's just about matchup. Nothing you can do about that. All right, last game with Chien-Pao before we switch to something else. Yeah, chat, you can decide whether you want me to play Arctina or Lost Box. Turbo Lost Box. One of those two. Whichever you all would like me to play, that's what I will play afterwards. Just let me know. Alright. Vote for Lost Box. Lost Box. Okay. Alright, my opponent's going first. Could be a Chien-Pao mirror match. Could be Charizard as well. David, I'll happily show the list before I start playing it. Okay, no, never mind. It's Arc something. Presumably Arctina, right? Okay, they can take a KO on Chien-Pao, which is really bad news, but there's really nothing I can do about that. This is also not a great hand. Is the Greninja prized? It's not. Okay, so that's actually very good. Okay, so I'm gonna get these two. And then I'm gonna go Shivery Chill. I really want to get another Frigi and another Bibirl. Or Bidoof, not Bibirl, Bidoof. So I'm gonna grab these two. Then I'm gonna go Ultra Ball away these two for the Greninja. And then I'm gonna play Cypher Maniac for a Puffin. And what's the second card? Right, that is the question. I'm feeling Rare Candy, though it could be susceptible to Airy. It's just I already have the Ultra Ball. I think it's actually Irida, because then I have Irida and Bibirl guaranteed for next turn, unless I get judged, which is probably what's going to happen, but that is out of my control. That is out of my control, so that's all we can do. Airy would be annoying, but not the end of the world. I would prefer Airy over Judge, honestly. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what my opponent goes for. They discard a Judge, so that could imply an Airy. Or it could imply that they just want to see more cards with an Iono, which I would also sort of welcome. Alright, there's the Arceus V-Star Starbirth. I'm guessing a Jet Energy plus something else. Nest Ball for Tina. Yep. I mean, them getting a Judge plus the Max Belt plus the Jet Energy. Okay, we're gonna go Boss. Perfectly fine by me. Perfectly fine by me. That's why we needed double Frigibacks. Precisely why we needed double Frigibacks. Okay, so if I get a 2-price KO, we are good. The issue is I need a lot of energies. That's a very good top deck to accomplish the KO. Alright, so this is interesting because obviously I have the backs guaranteed with Ultra Ball. Although with Ultra Ball I can... Okay, so this is the plan. I am going to Shivery Chill for 2 energies. I think I'm going to get rid of the Super Rod because there's another Frigi as well. So I'm not super concerned on that. Yeah, I'm going to get 2 energies. And I'm going to discard one of these. And I'm going to get the other Bibirl. Alright, so we have double Bibirl potential. Alright. And I can go Rare Candy Excalibur. Although it is tempting. Okay, now actually this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to Bibirl first. Because if I get Rare Candy, I can go Superior Energy Retrieval. If I get Superior Energy Retrieval, then I go for the Rare Candy. So I'm going to try first 1 Industrious Incisors. Alright. That's very solid. So now we go Rare Candy backs. And we are going to get Return KO on this Arceus V-Star immediately, which is pretty fantastic. We are going to go ahead and attach the energy to the active. Could play the Super Rod, honestly, but I think I'd just rather keep it as possible discard. Okay, this seems fair. I'm not super happy at discarding the Nest Ball, which I need, right, for the other Chien-Pao, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, super cold. Attach the 4 energies, 300 damage for a knockout. And then the beautiful part about this is if Giratina V-Star gets a return KO, right? They're gonna be left with nothing else, right? So limiting our, oh my gosh, I did the maths wrong. I thought it was Goldengo. Whoops. That's embarrassing. I could have saved myself an energy. Could have saved myself the Nest Ball and just Nest Balled for the backup 3G. So that was poorly done. I mean, they're using Nest Dash, so this is probably game over unless they get extremely lucky, which they did not. I have the superior energy retrieval. That's game over. But that was, I did the maths wrong. I 100% did the maths wrong. We're just gonna go superior energy retrieval and we see the concession. So do the maths, yeah, double check the maths. That was definitely very dumb on my part, unnecessary as well. If my opponent had boss instead of the energy off of the Nest Dash or in their hand, they could have knocked out my Excalibur and I would have been in a lot of trouble. So play it safe and double check your maths, you know, when playing Chien-Pao especially. That was very silly of me. I thought it was, in my head it was 50 times, and that's why I needed 6 energy to do 300 damage. So my whole sequencing that turn probably would have been different, and my discarding and whatnot. So silly Pablo doing silly things. But anyways, on to the next deck. Alright, so it's Lost Box time. I'm gonna quickly show the list that I'll be playing. It's this one, so we can take a look at it. I don't even know how to like make it blank, but yeah, it's just like very straightforward. Has a Hoopa, has a Roaring Moon, has Iron Hands. I think you might need Shaman instead of Hoopa and like a Grass Energy to have a decent chance against Charizard, because otherwise dealing with a Charizard requires Roaring Moon and Frenzied Gouging. So dealing with 2 Charizards just seems impossible, and especially when they are return KOing against the with Charmander, right? So here we go with the Lost Box deck. Let's see how we can do. Oh, nice coin. I like that coin. I don't think I've ever seen that coin. Alright, Lost Box time. So I'll probably do an hour of Lost Box, and that's where I might end the live stream. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, well, speaking of Roaring Moon, there's our little friend. Roaring Moon is probably one of my favorite Pokemon just because I love Salamence, and Roaring Moon is of course the it's not its Mega Evolution, but it's almost like its Mega Evolution. We are up against Dialga, which is a very scary matchup. I want to say I'm also going to have to use my Rescue Board, not on the Pokemon that I would like it to. Rescue Board has synergy with Roaring Moon, just because you use Frenzied Gouging, you have 30 HP left, then all of a sudden you have Retreat. I want to make the blind choice on the Rush Gate. Bad thing I did not check the energies. Always when playing Lost Box, check the energies. Yeah, there's never any reason not to check the energies. It's very important to do so, because you don't want to make mistakes with Mirage Gates, or for example there. Yeah, I play 4 Darkness energies. If I price 2 of them, then that means I can no longer attack with Roaring Moon until I get prizes. So very important. Now, interesting to note, my opponent is playing the Manaphy, which someone asked about earlier. So I don't think that deck can afford to play Manaphy. There's very little bench space, but of course it has its uses and it is helpful, right? It is helpful. So, I mean, if you could, you would definitely play Manaphy. It's just I don't think you have the space for it. But to see an Ultra Ball, not bad. Not a bad start for my opponent. Could see a Mew EX here. Nope, it's gonna be Luminion. So this is definitely not similar to the deck list by Drew Kennett. So we'll have to navigate this without like any real prior information on the deck. And Roaring Wind Elements is ancient, kind of like a primal. Exactly, I agree. Yeah. I'm also surprised they didn't go with the Primal, because obviously there's already Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. But yeah, I love the ancient, I love the Paradox Pokemon, but especially the ancient ones, especially because they look like dinosaurs as well. So I'm a big fan of the whole ancient everything. Very, very big fan. Alright, my opponent even gets the Arven plus TM Evo to protect those Veldums. Oh, but no energy to evolve them. Okay. Alright, so next deck search I will most certainly... Ooh, Hoopa could actually be very good here. And the Prime Catcher too. Hoopa is super, super good here because they're going to have a ton of energies, so I could actually get a KO on them with the Hoopa. So that's probably going to be quite relevant. Alright, so discarding this, we have 3 cards in the Lost Zone. I don't think I'll be getting to 7 this turn. Yeah, there's pretty much no way. Oof, the Roxanne. It's less effective with the Mew. It's also a good draw for me, right? What could I possibly want to Nest Ball? I mean, getting back the Roaring Moon, checking my prizes. I think I still have to keep the Roxanne, unfortunately, though. Could have allowed me as well to go Prime Catcher KO with Cramorant this turn, which that might have been worth it. But it is what it is. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and get another card in the Lost Zone for now. If they use a turn to TM Evo, that's also pretty good. Alright, Artisan or Nest Ball? I'm gonna go Nest Ball, and then I'm gonna be thorough with my deck check now. So, and I'm also fancying Prime Catcher KO on the Manaphy here. Wow, yeah. Okay, so 1 water to Psychic, and then okay, so I can't use Iron Hands. I did, so I priced a Dark and I priced a Water and a Lightning. 3 energies priced, making this. Oh, actually no. Darkness and Psychic. 2 waters are in the discard pile. So this play against the Manaphy seems pretty good. Although that deck should be playing a lot of resources to get back, like a lot of Super Odds, right? I still like this. Yeah, that is my Prime Catcher gone, however. But I like this aggression. This means I threaten Greninja, right? And even if they evolve, it's still worth it to do the Greninja because then you can go into the Sableye. And another thing you can do is like do 90 on Luminion, 90 on 1 Metang, and then that leaves Luminion with 80 HP left, and then Metang in range, so you can get 3 prizes with 2 turns. So it's still worth it, even if you don't get the prizes immediately with the Greninja. So that's still fine. What? Okay, well, they attached the TM Evo to the Mew. Alright, seems like that's what they're gonna use to try to evolve. They should find 1 energy now, right? Like, did they really not? I mean, they found at least 1. Wow, just 1 with Metang. That is crazy. Oh no, never mind. There's the energy. There's the energy. And they will be able to evolve the Dialga and the Metang. So the biggest issue for me now is that Dialga, of course. Getting 2 prizes on this Mew EX would be really, really big right now. There's not many opportunities where you get to attack a 2-prizer. However, that's gonna require a lot, and it's gonna require a hit from this Pokegear. I could go switch card first. I haven't used any switching cards at all, so I think it's worth it. It improves the odds of the Pokegear hitting, and we'll see. Alright, well, no point in crying about that. 2 Super Rods gone is actually really, really bad. Alright, well, okay. So I have the Super Rod, I have only 1 Mirage Gate. I am now at 7, but I can't pull this off. I didn't get a switching card. I didn't get a switching card. So, do I ever just attack with Cramorant into the Mew? I think so, right? Hoopa doesn't get the KO. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. I mean, well, never mind. I got the switch card. What am I saying? I can't do the Greninja play. Now, if I do it, they can Greninja me back. That's a big issue as well. Así es. Así es, Golden. Tablemon streaming. Una vez al año no hace daño. Alright. Peculiar situation for sure. I also lost a Colress too. I feel like I should attach, but I also don't want to attach. Sure, I'll attach. I'm not super convinced. I didn't want to use Greninja because I would lose the resources as well, and I'm not guaranteed to be able to Sableye next turn by any means. So I also, like, Roxanne wouldn't be activated, so things might slip a little bit here though. Okay, so they attach to the Mew. This probably means I have boss. Yep. Alright, so they're gonna copy my Greninja. I can also... So now I have a different path, which is... I mean, I can get 4 prizes now off Greninja. Like, I can go 1990 on the 2 Metangs into Sableye. That seems pretty good, because that gets me 4 prizes in 2 turns. That seems really powerful and a very good use of my resources, so I think I'm gonna do that. And I'm not even gonna bench anything that will help my opponent attack. So I'm gonna put the 3 energies back. Alex, sí voy a jugar Pidgeot Control eventualmente. Solo no el día de hoy, pero cuenta con que voy a jugar Pidgeot Control eventualmente. Okay, I want to keep the Psychics available, so I'm just gonna commit these for now. It would be really good to bench the Sableye though, but then they just copy the attack and knock out my Sableye anyways. It was so good to bench the Sableye attach and try to have it be safe. I mean, it could be safe if I just knock out the Mew, but then that's less worth it though. That's less worth it. So I'm just gonna hope I get a switching card off Roxanne. I could also conceal cards, but having the energy is just too good here. Alright, so I'm gonna do the damage here. This also means I'm less weak to Iono, which is good news. I am down to 1 Super Rod though. I think that's my biggest problem right now. So I'm gonna need to make that Super Rod really count. Okay, there's a Magenta, which I'm completely okay with. They Super Rod back energies to be able to hit. Okay, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. It's going to be very, very close. Gift Mass, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you as well. Alright, they get a lot of energies onto the Dialga. No Star Chronos. Oh, they have The Iono, the perfect cards. Alright. Buddy Puffin doesn't get Sableye though. This is... Alright. Dang it. And I used the Darkness Energy, so I can't use Roaring Moon now. No, this is all going badly. This is all going really bad now. Oh, dang it. I'm pretty sure I don't have two Darkness Energies available. Nor a way to get the Sableye. Jeez. That's so awful. There's nothing priced that will help me either. Yeah, my price. Oh, those two energies, the Darkness Energy especially. Will I be casting Indie? So I don't know. The answer is I don't know whether I will be casting Indie or not. Dang, that Iono, that perfectly timed Iono for my opponent is just so bad. I can't win anymore. I need to do Sableye now into the Roaring Moon. If I had chosen the Psychic instead of the Dark, I could have used Frenzied Gouging here, knocked out the Dialga, and then did the Sableye play, but I can't win anymore. Not with this hand, not with the imminent Star Chronos at this point. Dang, they got the perfect cards. Sequencing, ugh, after their super slow start too, but couldn't take advantage of it. And if I bench Sableye, I was just gonna get KO'd anyways, so dang. I also started super awkwardly with the Roaring Moon and having to use my my skateboard there. I don't know why I keep going to to challenging people. Are you gonna try out the Lost Gudra one-way day 2 in Orlando? I will, but I want to try the EUIC Junior winning list. That's what I want to try. That's what I want to try. And yeah, I know the deck is super good. Especially you can create this like super Gudra, right? With Mist Energy and you get to attack. So then it's hard to bypass it. I don't think it can reliably beat Charizard though. I think that's the biggest issue. And if you can't reliably beat Charizard, that's where the deck is, or the deck choice is rough to justify, in my opinion. Because Charizard has like Counter Catcher Boss to reset and then go like Ratsard KO, and then they also have Prime Catcher Boss to reset and they can like play around it. So I'm not sure you can reliably beat Zard. If you can, then that's a dream. But I think if it could, we would be seeing a lot more of Lost Gudra at this point in time in the format. Alright, yeah, Prime Catcher plus Boss and Counter Catcher plus Boss, that's the issue. Like, they can play it a little bit passively and wait and be patient until they can do it like back-to-back turns. And that means they KO 2 back-to-back Gudras. And like, there's no way you have a single Pokemon Gudra, right, to withstand. And then you're also 2-hit KOing the Charizard, they're 2-hit KOing you. Yes, you have your V-Star, but then that means you 3-hit KO one, but then like if you're not pairing up something, eventually you lose the Gudra, right? So Prime Catcher plus Boss is definitely always the biggest issue, right? And speaking of Charizard, here we go. Yeah, the benchmark of this format, the most difficult deck to beat for sure. Alright, so I'm gonna Nest Ball for Greninja. Now, there's many instances where you wouldn't want to Nest Ball and you would want to... 2 Colress prized. Where you would want to Flower Selecting first, but my priority is getting closer to a Colress. So, no energies prized, but I did prize 2 Colress. That's really bad. No Mirage Cakes prized. The boss is prized. And not sure what else, but 2 Colress being prized means my chances of using Colress in the beginning is super rough, and even in the later stages it's also going to be super rough. So just gonna commit to the Comfey, thin the deck as much as possible, get closer to the boss or to the Colress as much as possible. Damn. Sableye is just so good if they are careless or if they don't place Jirachi. Dang it, what a choice. I mean, Pokegear isn't guaranteed Colress, right? And with 2 only in the deck, I'm gonna keep the resource of Sableye, even though I honestly might just not draw well enough to be able to use Sableye at all. But we'll see. Definitely would have liked to keep that Pokegear and play it after the second flower selecting, but of course that will not be possible. I get to look at the next 5 cards, my top deck, Comfey plus concealed cards, so it's not the end of the world, but things are not looking good. They bench Manaphy now, so the Greninja play is out of commission, but the Sableye play is still very much active. Saludos, Berry and Toast. Muchas gracias por pasarte. Double Pidgey, alright, so now they are extremely weak to the Sableye play. My dog's looking at me like, hey, I'd like to go out sometime. Alright, we see the Arven. But not much else. Cool. Alright. Leading with Iron Hands also has its merits, so I'm gonna choose to get rid of the Psychic, even though I have very little hope of getting to 7 cards. Alright. That Pokegear definitely helps to aspire to that. Can I win? I feel like I can win. Because of Sableye getting 2 prizes, I can win with 1 less Mirage Gate, and the Puffin thins an extra. I'm gonna go all for it. Yeah, double Comfey because I know I prized 2 Colress. That's the problem. All right, I have Prime Catcher, but I would probably like to use that to take down the Rotom. So I'm gonna Pokegear now, but I have very little expectations. Yep. And nothing guarantees that 2 more cards would have gotten me there, so I'm not super sad about it, but definitely not ideal. And I mean, you can expect to go a little bit down against Charizard. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Alright, that's 4. Oh, no switching card. Alright, need to keep this. Need to keep this. Feel like I need to keep this. Okay, so I can get to prizes. Oh no, I have Prime Catcher. Oh no, but no, I don't. I already retreated. So this puts me at 6. Yeah, this puts me to 6. And I'm 1 off of going Prime Catcher, Iron Hands. Dang it. It is what it is. I fully expect a bunch of rare candies plus Iono here, which it's Iono to 6. It's not the end of the world, but all 3 Mirage Gates will go to the bottom. The Roaring Moon will go to the bottom. The Iron Hands will go to the bottom. So it's just really rough here. It's a rough life if you're Tablemon right about now. It's a rough life if you're Tablemon right about now. Alrighty. They discard Supron, so that's also information that we can use. An Airy here would also be like devastating. Airy, 2 Mirage Gates gone, immediately wins the game. Immediately. But they go Arven, so no Iono and no Airy. That makes me a happy camper. Which stadium do you play in Lost Zone? I'm playing Artisan in this version, but you could easily play Beach Court or Pokestop. Did I play TM Devolution? No. I do not play TM Devolution in this version of the list, which honestly I think you should. This list, so basically, this list has one answer to Charizard EX, right? Which is Roaring Moon EX. Outside of that, you have no answer to that, to Charizard EX. So that's a very big problem. That is 100% a very big problem. Alright, that second Pidgey and that Manaphy, I'm gonna call it, if I win, it's because of that second Pidgey and the Manaphy. Especially the second Pidgey, because the Charmander can eventually evolve. But that second Pidgey is probably gonna win me the game at some point. Missed. Oh, what? You have missed energy as well? Oh my gosh. Well, that completely changes the plan. Okay. So this is rough, man. All right. See, speaking of the stadium. Okay. The stadium means I'm going to use Counter Catcher, Roaring Moon, KO Rotom. What do you think about Pokemon League headquarters? It's a pretty good stadium, but depends on what deck, right? In general, I feel like it's not useful against Charizard, so might not be the best choice. Wow, this is tough. All right. So, as usual, the biggest enemy right now for me is Iono. Let me double check the energies. I have plenty of energies available. Pretty much everything I could possibly want at this point. So, Charizard being, like, now I can't deal with this Charizard, you know? I have to go... Yeah, and I should use the Roaring Moon, so... Just I don't want to use 2 Mirage Gates. That's the biggest thing. Okay, I want to play down the Artisan so I can search for a Sableye eventually. Alright. Oh, I don't even have 7 yet. Okay. I want to Flower Select first. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's part of the plan. And that was actually pretty good. I mean, not lost owning the water, but getting this dark. The Psychic or the Lightning. What do I have in the discard pile? All of them. So I guess it's not that big of a difference. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Maybe I should be going for the Iron Hands this turn though. KO on the Pidgeot. Alright, I'm gonna Counter Catcher the Rotom. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Actually, never mind. I'm gonna Counter Catcher the Pidgeot. And then hopefully they go after the Roaring Moon. No, okay. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I want to have both Pokemon available. No, okay. I'm going to bend... Yeah, I'm going to go after the Rotom. That's the plan. I'm going to go after the Rotom. And then I'm also going to power up the Iron Hands. Because I have the Prime Catcher. So... Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. I'm going to leave everything powered up. I'm going to use Roaring Moon to KO this. And if they feel safe and they KO the Iron Hands, I can still go Prime Catcher, right? So that's the plan. That is the plan. Just gonna put these back. All right. Sí, algo así, exacto, Alex. Exactamente algo así es lo que estoy intentando hacer aquí. I'm gonna just get... Okay, no, I'm gonna get these two out. I kind of want to keep this Lightning. Yeah, I'll keep the Lightning. All right. So far so good. So this is the plan, okay? Calamity Storm, KO the Rotom. And then no matter if they KO the Roaring Moon, then I can use Iron Hands with Boss or Prime Catcher to KO the Pidgeot, right? If they just knock out the active, which they're not going to be afraid of because they have the Mist Energy, right? I also purposely didn't KO the Pidgeot so that they could quick search for Boss, go after my Iron Hands, and then I respond with Boss, their Pidgeot, and self KO or Frenzied Gouging. And then hopefully Sableye finishes the game. But they choose Arven again. Okay. They choose Arven once more. Which is definitely fine by me. That means my hand sticks. Airy would have also been sort of devastating, but I do have the Boss. I go Rare Candy, Charizard. Okay. Pidgey and Manaphy, right? I called it. Pidgey and Manaphy are going to win me this game. If I could Roxanne here with the counter, with the Prime Catcher, sorry, that would be fantastic. But it is what it is. Either way, that Pidgeot is toast. Now the problem will be if they... I'm down all my Mirage Gates. If they Rare Candy that Pidgeot, that Pidgey. That will be the biggest issue. If they manage that, which they're down 3 Rare Candies and they will not be able to... Quick Search, right? So, and they're down 3 Arvens as well. How many? Yeah, 3 Arvens. So hopefully we can pull this off. Alright. We're gonna Flower Select the Nest Ball. I generally don't want to reveal the Sableye. But I do want to thin the hand as much as possible. And they could also just bench the Jirachi. I'm going to keep the Artisan, but I'm not going to play it because they could just Artisan for Jirachi. And that's certainly something I don't want them to do. Alright. Here goes nothing. Oh, I should have done Boss. What am I doing? I should not have done Prime Catcher. I should have done Boss. It is what it is. Alright. KO. No more Quick Search for my opponent. If they go Rare Candy Pidgeot, so be it. 2 Colress from the discard. Oh, do I even have 10? Oh, I have 9. Okay, well that's also pretty important, Pablo. If I get Iono, I'm probably not in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna need Sableye and Psychic. Super Rod, 1 Fire. Choice Belt, Iono. Max Belt. I mean, that shows that they're thinning, right? Yeah, always the Iono. Oh, maybe I should have just benched the Sableye. Yeah, maybe I should have just benched the Sableye. I have 2 Colress and the Sableye at the bottom. Or at least played the Stadium. Yeah, getting it here is gonna be pretty much impossible. I mean, that helps. That helps. The Puffin helps me shuffle, right? And now I have double Flower Select, possibly triple. No, why? I needed those 2 cards to not be together. Alright, well, I have to keep the Psychic because it's the last one. No. Big Comfey here. Alright, well, big Comfey number 2. Alright, Sableye, Colress. Yes, let's go. I told you from the very beginning. Pidgey and Manaphy were going to win me this game. And that's exactly what happened. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Yes. Gosh, that feels so good. Against a Mist Energy Charizard, that feels insane. That is one of the most satisfying wins I've had in a long time, I think. That was pretty nice. That was pretty cool. Were odds in my favor or not? I mean, I started off with 2 colorless prize, right? The Pokegear. I think establishing both threats was pretty smart. Not giving my opponent the option. Like, I could have played the Artisan, but then if they go Jirachi, I immediately lose. So I didn't want to encourage them. I didn't... Yeah, exactly, Alan. I didn't want to encourage them to search it. I didn't want them to think about it. They had seen the Psychic Energies. I had not revealed the Sableye yet. It's another reason why I didn't bench it. Yeah, so you never know. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. And it was a risk, but playing it down could have meant I immediately lost the game if they played down Jirachi. Or maybe not immediately, but then I would have needed... Yeah, I would have needed way too much. So yeah, so far so good. Alright, we're going second with not such a great start. I hope I priced a Comfey or a Greninja, honestly. My opponent starts Squawk. Not a lot of people play Squawk here. So we'll see. Oh, what? Cloth? What? Cloth is still being played? What? What did I miss? What did I actually miss? Oh my god. Cloth away, Research, Palpad, and 2 Ionos, and the tool. Alright. I feel like that alone might be game over for my opponents. Perfect, yes. Oh, 2 Psychics prize, that's not good. And switching cards, well, rescue board. Iron Bundle could be interesting, could be not. Alright, same logic as before. I'm not concerned on doing 110 to the active. I am concerned on finding a Colress. So I'm using the Nespole to thin the Greninja, get guaranteed extra cards, 2 Psychic prize. I mean, I just saw my prizes. But, alright. Concealed cards. Okay, another Nespole, pretty nice. Could honestly go for a third Comfey. I'm gonna hold that one for now. That one I am going to hold. Alright, very nice Pokegear. Very nice Pokegear right there. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind attacking with Cramorant, right? I'm not gearing for it, but I definitely wouldn't mind. So, let's see if I can pull it off. Keep the Mirage Gate. And Pokegear. No, now there were 4 Colress, so a little unlucky right there. Not the end of the world. I'll commit to the third Comfey for sure. Not scared of bench damage from my opponent or multiple price Pokemon. Whereas this Squawk being in play already means I can potentially get a 3 price turn with Iron Hands, right? Which more than makes up for any sort of deficit that I might find myself in. So pretty happy with that. Not bad at all. I know I priced switch card and rescue board. There's switch and switch card there. And I did play a switch. So I'm down to 3 switching cards, which I have to keep account of that because switching is going to be very important. I do play 2 rescue board, so hopefully I can find the other one. I'm not sure if playing 2 is correct, but I like it. I think it's useful. That's a good card. My opponent just draw passes? Really? Okay. Let's go Flower Select. Let's keep the Mirage Gate. Mirage Gates are just too clutch. And honestly, based on my opponent's bad draw, yes, the Artisan will help them, but I also get to pressure, and I am happy with that. Alright. 110. I wouldn't have minded going boss on the Cloth either, but it's a little bit wasteful because then it has 10 HP left, and how do you deal that 10 HP or that 10 damage overall? So, Alright. I think I'm strewing in the wrong category. I'm strewing Pokemon Trading Card Game. And it should be Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Maybe that stops some people from watching. The category is now updated. All right. Unhinged scissors for 10. Not concerned. They did Penny the Squawk, which is very nice for them, for sure. Now hitting into the Brute Bonnet, that I like. My friend is priced. Yeah, I'm not scared of 10 damage. My Iron Bundle is priced, so not the biggest of deals. Like, we're not doing much, but I'm doing 110, they're doing 10, so I'm pretty okay with that trade-off for sure. Alright. What else is going on here? They go boss onto Greninja. Yep, so we're both stalling. They have Pidgeot as well? That's crazy. Wait, oh, Cramorant doesn't have fighting resistance? What kind of bird is this? What kind of bird? It doesn't have fighting resistance. Alright, Buddy Puffin, not useful. What is this game? You're both just sucking at this point. This does nothing, right? Like there's Sableye, but I'm nowhere near close. So yeah, sure, let's pass. Alright. They have Arceus in the game? Yeah, but that's honestly fine. It's not the biggest of deals. I think my chat is not working. It's not showing. It's not showing both. You just lose this, I fear. How? Is Arceus the best rank that it has to be the best deck? Not necessarily. Arctina, strong. Alright. Yeah. Nothing to do here. Generally nothing to do here. Alright, so I think this will be the last game of the stream. I generally don't know what to analyze or what to say. They're now filling up their bench thanks to my Artisan, which maybe I should not have played. So I did get it for Cramorant, right? I mean, it's crazy that one energy or like they're also not doing anything. Like, I'm due for a good top deck. Come on! One top deck. I have all 4 call res, 6 energies, 3 switching cards. That's what? 13 outs? This game should be over by now. Oh, stop! What is going on? Maybe I should super attack the 2 energies. Top deck wars, yeah. This is literally, well, seems like they finally have their Pidgeot, I'm guessing. What the heck is happening? Yeah, there's a Pidgeot. Alright, here we go. I mean, knocking out Pidgeot is pretty potentially good for me. I could also make a play where Sableye can put enough damage on Pidgeot and take another knockout, and that allows me to get a KO. Alright, however, if my opponent goes for the tool to increase the HP of the Brute Bonnet, then I will be able to start doing things, right? I mean, at least one flower select, which is maybe not ideal. But no, they just go research, okay. Countercatcher gone, switch card gone, double turbo in play, and 10 fabulous damage it seems. Top deck wars indeed. What is this game? We've attacked 6 times for 10 damage. Ah, finally. Alright. Do I just attach, retreat, attack? Or do I draw cards? I'm gonna draw cards. And I'm gonna regret it for sure. Alright, well, I got the escape board. I mean, it's not great, but we'll do 110, sure. We will do 110. And I'm gonna put the 3 energies back. Just so I have good top decks. Or potentially good top decks. Very annoying though. Very, very weird game for sure. He has Pigeon and didn't search the tool? No. I mean, he did discard 1 on the first Squawk. There's no way he only plays 2, right? But you never know. You never know with PTCG Live what's going on. They have to quick search for a tool now, right? They have to play at least 3, if not 4. It's only 40 turns away from winning the game. Yep, that is correct. That is correct. Good maths. Alright, finally there it is. Finally, there's the thing. They poison. We poison each other. Super effective glasses. Why? And Iono. I am so grateful for that Iono. You have no idea, friend, how grateful I am. Look at that beautiful Colress. I have Body Puffin to shuffle the deck as well, because all 3 Mirage Gates are at the bottom. Max Belt, not like that matters. Well, it could matter. It actually could matter. Okay, I mean, losing the Super Rod and not being able to recycle the Cram to attack is less than ideal, but it is what it is. I generally thought Electrode rotated. So it's just the only card this deck lost was the Curry. That's not bad. That's not horrible, I guess. Alright, finally someone does something. I'm at 4 cards in a lost zone. I'm definitely getting to 7. I mean, I think attacking with Greninja is the right choice here. We're definitely gonna shuffle because I do need Mirage Gate. I have all 4. I also have a water in the deck, so that's pretty fantastic. I'm just gonna thin. We are fully committing here. We're gonna conceal cards before the call rest so that we have more cards in our hand, therefore more information. Oh my god, I got the water. What the heck? What is going on? Okay. Bro. No Mirage Gates. I got the water off of the Greninja immediately. This is just sad, honestly. Like, there's just no other way to say it. This is just quite sad. Okay, so Cramorant it is then. Cramorant it is. And now I regret... Well, I can attach retreat the water, so that's actually... Oh, and I should have attached retreated and then played the Super Rod. Oh my god. I am playing really bad right now. That was dumb. That was actually quite dumb. Alright, well, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna manually attach. It's like, sure. I'm planning on using Greninja. FYI. Wait, didn't I keep a Colress? What? I could have sworn I kept a Colress. I saw a Colress. What did I pick instead? I could have sworn. Wait, what? What did I... Oh, I kept the Super Rod. Okay, well, I hope future Pablo is grateful for that. Why do I stream once a year? Not just because the life happens and I have many responsibilities. I would love to stream more than once a year. I've already streamed 4 days this year, though, so just saying. I've already streamed 4 days this year, so... I picked Moon. Yeah, I picked Moon, Sableye, and Super Rod. Yep. Why have all my opponents playing Lost Box at Friday Night Leagues never break like this? I mean, if my opponent had attacked me, I wouldn't have bricked, right? Like, I would have just been able to Flower Select again. But my opponent also bricked, and they stalled me, and I just so happened to have no energy, so... Alright. So I have the Mirage Gate. I am now at 7 cards. I can use Greninja to knock out the active, or if I get, it's just, oh wait, that's, how much HP is this? 100 HP. I could get 2 prizes with Sableye, so I feel like I should try to use Sableye this turn. I'll definitely keep the Prime Catcher. I can put 2 and 10. And that's 2 prize knockout, which is pretty nice. And that puts me ahead. And then eventually I can take down the Pidgeot EX. So yeah, things are looking good. I do need Colress here though. Alright, I do find Colress, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and Colress. I want to keep you, and then you two friends as well. Alright, that puts me at 10 cards exactly. So I have this. I will need to use one Mirage Gate though. There's no Psychic. What am I doing? Alright, well. Like I said, I am playing really bad. There's Super Rods right there, Paolo. Oh no, I prized 2 Psychics. I forgot I prized 2 Psychics. So I need to take prizes ASAP. Alright, I am definitely misplayed a lot this game. And I really mean a lot. Alright, so damage on the Pidgeot. Then I can take 3 prizes next turn. Do I free a Psychic? No, the 2 Psychics are still priced. But that's okay. As long as I don't get Ionode. Which I probably will be, but we'll see. Yeah, pricing that Psychic is just so bad. I might need to recycle the Cramorant again. I might actually need to recycle the Cramorant again. Okay, my opponent might also be concerned that they only have 1 Cloth available in play right now. Which is fine. I should have burnt the Puffin. That's a big miss on my part. Okay, Roseanne's back up. Perfect, yeah. So they were concerned that they only have 1 Cloth in play. And they're replenishing their deck for resources, but that's fine. Yeah, that's completely fine by me. I have Knockout with Iron Hands that will give me a Psychic to attach to the Sableye as long as I don't get Ionode, which would be fantastic. TMD1 Orang Ruby. I honestly don't know what Orang Ruby does. 50 plus 30 for each energy attached to opponent's active Pokemon. If this is active, you search for 2 tools. That doesn't seem good at all, but hey, like that's just a worse stadium and you're never attacking with it, so why would you not play like a combination of the poison stadium plus the other thing, the town store. All right, all good though, all good. Gonna promote you. There's 4 energies in my discard pile. I can check how many energies I have left. All right, another. All right, so let's check. There's 2 darkness energies, so I can Super Rod back the Cram and 2 waters. That's perfectly fine. And then we go Iron Hands. attach. Mirage Gate. My opponent sends a sad face or a sad emoji, whatever that is. And then Mirage Gate number 2, which is a little wasteful, but it is what it is. Just gonna grab the water for now in case I need to use Roaring Moon, which is also an acceptable attacker. Now we're gonna Flower Select. Ooh. I'm gonna keep the Colress because all I need is Psychic or Cram, right, to win. Oh my gosh, I almost messed up. I was about to retreat into the Iron Hands. All right, keep the Darkness for sure. And then we'll go Prime Catcher, amp you very much the Pidgeot, get 3 prize cards. My opponent, as far as I know, should not be able to get 3. I have 1 card left in the deck, which is Cramorant. And then here's where they go: Tech, Great Tusk, switch card, attach, discard 1 card, GG. Okay, finally got a Psychic. My last prize is the Psychic. So if I get IO Node, I am guaranteed to get Cramorant. So I win the game. There's no way I don't win the game because the active Cloth will be poisoned, will have 110 HP left exactly, and I am guaranteed the win here. After what is probably one of the weirdest games that I've ever played. One of the weirdest games that I've ever played for sure. But yeah, there you go, knockout. If I had had Psychic on the Sableye, this would be already game. They have the Forest Seal Stone, they haven't V-starred, they might go for Iono. Like Roxanne would actually be better because that would give me a chance to whiff. Though I have Nest Ball, Psychic, Mirage Gate, Colress, and Switch cards. So 5 cards out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in my hand are useful. I would be drawing 2 plus my top deck plus at least 1 Flower Select. So I feel like even if I got Roxanne, which is better because it doesn't give me the Cramorant guaranteed, I still am very favored. Not 100%, right? I could get a combination of Dark, Heavy Ball, Roaring Moon, and Iron Bundle. And oh, actually there's there's no combination of cards. Even if I get Roxanne, I get 2, top deck 1, and then look at 2, that's 5, and there's 10 cards left. So there's no combination possible where, oh wait, never mind. That is a combination. No. That is a combination, yeah. Attacking with the Electrode, and they benched another one for the Iron Bundle, and uh-oh, did I misplay? Am I out? Yep, I'm out of Super Rods, aren't I? I misplayed, yeah. Never mind, I lose. Benching the Sableye there earlier cost me the game. Because I can't even do arm press. I have no way to replenish the deck. Yeah, I just lost. Never mind. I'm here chatting about how I have a game. Completely forgot that the Electrode could attack. We know my last card is not a boss, it's Cramorant. What happened to my boss? It's there, yeah. That's it. I lose. I cannot take a prize card this turn. I lose the game. Because I had the counter catcher for Sableye, yep. That's it. Well played to my opponent. Good job even figuring out the win condition of this. Although they had this Brute Bonnet, which they could have pushed right into the active to prevent the win as well. So I'm gonna Hyper Blower. They're gonna send out the other dude. If I had one more turn, maybe I could win. No, because then they just use the Cloth. Yeah, I just completely blanked out that they had the the Electrode as an out. I should have... What did I keep over the Super Rod? If I keep Super Rod, I win the game. But that was on me. Yeah, I completely blanked that out. I'm pretty sure that's the game. That extra flower select that I did. This flower select, yep. I kept the Colress. I got rid of the Super Rod. It should have been the other way around. And that's it. Maybe they don't need a switch. They just poison themselves. And I have 0 cards in hand. I mean in deck. I use Iron Bundle. That also doesn't help. Like they just need to attack twice. And I have 0 cards in the deck. And yeah, I kept the Colress. That Colress, yeah, the Colress that is right here, that was a mistake. This Colress right here. That was a mistake. I should have kept the Super Rod. Then I would be able to put back the Sableye, Nest Ball, 12 damage counters on whatever, and that would have been the game. So yeah, fancy play I did not end up working out. And yeah, F como dicen los chavos, exactamente, Alan. That was... I played this game very poorly, 100%. Didn't help that I had 2 Psychics priced either. I preemptively benched the Sableye because I forgot about that, and then that ended up costing me because I lost on the Super Rod. So 100% poorly played on my part. The Charizard match was pretty well played, and I took advantage of my opponent's poor decisions. This time around, my opponent took advantage of my own poor decisions, and we had that super awkward middle of the game where we were playing with theme decks, and my opponent was just doing 10 damage whilst I was drawing Super Rods and everything else. So, alright. Ask me how was my day. This is live. This is live. It's not a premiere. This is live on YouTube, but we are about to end this live stream, solid 3-hour live stream. Yeah, it had been so long since I did this. I'm gonna try and do this once a week. All right, that's gonna be my goal. Probably Fridays or Saturdays, as long as I'm not traveling. Those will be the days that I'm usually more free to be able to do this. So we'll see. Yeah, no promises, but hopefully I already started, right? I did the recasting of EUIC and a restream of EUIC, and now solid 3-hour live stream today. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and the support. I will see you in my videos or in a live stream or in the official Pokemon commentary whenever my next tournament is. Thanks so much for tuning in. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.